Are you ready for some football? WSBT is partnering with Sports Michiana to bring fans the high school football game of the week. Joining us this morning to tell us all about it, our broadcasting duo, Chuck and Angelo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing well. It's football season. Why
Football
wouldn't we?
season, right? Well, thanks for joining us again and come back. So, talk to us about Sports Michiana first and what it is.
Well, Sports Michiana is a partnership that grew out of the fact that there wasn't anybody left to carry the high school game of the week, and a lot of people came to us wondering, how is this going to happen? So Angelo and I got together and we went out, found some people like Gary Martin at Michiana Video to produce for us, and then hired a lot of our old camera guys that we had in our previous employer. And the next thing you know, we've been able to put together the high school game of the week in just some weeks that we had?
7 weeks?
Yeah, this is our 4th week on the air, but obviously didn't take long. I mean, it was pretty much 2 months ago that we found out, okay, we got to make a pivot and make a change. So it's been wild. I think the last time when we were on just before the start of the season, I think we were like in the position of what's going to happen? Like,
right.
We don't know. We're a couple days away from our first game. We're sweating it out. That first game, we were sweating it out.
Yeah.
There was
Really?
a lot of things. There was a lot of behind the scenes that were a little chaotic because that's what it is when you have a new operation. On the air, it was okay, and like a football team, each week we've just gotten better each week. So that's been really cool to see, and I think we're starting to hit our stride at the right time because we got a big game this week that's going to be really exciting with the Holy War between Marion and St. Joe.
Yeah, I was about to say, talk to us about this big game. Are you guys ready? Are you prepared for this?
Well, it's the 64th renewal of the great Catholic rivalry in town. There are only 2 Catholic schools at this end of the diocese for high school, Marion and St. Joe. And while they respect each other, they don't necessarily like each other, especially between the white lines. So it's been a very close rivalry over the years. Only 9 wins separate the 2 teams. So it should be a great atmosphere at Tulski Field, and we'll have it Friday night. We'll be on both the Sports Michiana and WSP Facebook pages at 6:45 for the pregame. Same for Sports Michiana and WSPT YouTube pages and the IHSA Champions Network. Kickoff at 7.
Yeah, and talk to us about the partnership with WSBT.
It's been awesome. I mean, we got, when we first were starting, we're like, okay, where can we air this to help us out? And Brian Doss, the general manager at WSPT, immediately contacted us and was like, we're in, let's make this happen. And it's been really smooth and easy. It's really been no work on our end. They've just picked it up, and you guys have been awesome to us. So it's great to see, to be able to have our name out in different places, because we literally launched a Facebook page from scratch.
Wow.
So to have the platform that WSBT has been huge in us getting the publicity that we've needed. And they've done all sorts of stuff. Pete Burns been promoting us.
Yeah.
And then we've also had just social posts during the week saying, hey, here's when the big game is.
Yeah.
Those things help a lot, and it's so huge. And you can see the commitment WSBT has to high school sports and making sure that this community has the programming that it needs when it comes to high school sports, which has been awesome to see.
And how does it feel, like you said, because you started from Facebook, like you said, from scratch. So how does that feel to see it all come to life now?
It's very humbling, but it's very gratifying as well. We've had over 15,000 views on our different platforms combined for each of the games, as many as 25,000 for our first game, North Judson Knox. So to know that many people are interested in the product that we're putting out and seem to enjoy the product we're putting out, the response has been unanimously positive to what we've been doing. And even to see more and more school systems kind of get on board, like, okay, when are you guys coming to see us? That's exciting as well.
Yeah, no question. I think the buy-in, we expected people to be excited for this, but I still think it's been unbelievable how much they've been excited. I think it's kind of just stunned us. We're like, whoa, we didn't, and we know it's not about us because it's about giving kids the platform they deserve, and we know that's the case, but it's still been overwhelming, like, wow, this sponsor reached out to us and said, hey, I want to get on board. We didn't even reach out to them. They came to us, some of them. So it's been really humbling to see, and it's just been an awesome start, and hopefully just continues to grow the way it's growing right now.
Yeah, well, thank you both for joining us this morning, Hometown Living, and congratulations.
Oh, thanks, Ronnie. Appreciate it.
And then next time we're going to go over the football terms so I can learn them.
Oh, there you go.
We got it.
Don't rush yourself.
Okay. Alrighty, for more information, got your screen. You can listen to their broadcast every Friday night on various WSBT platforms.
You're watching the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week, brought to you by Tony Letcher Health Markets, Tire Rack, Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, the St. Joseph County Police Department, Imagineering Finishing Technologies, Reliance, the Lillier Insurance Agency, Big C Lumber, Crown Trophy, and these great sponsors.
You are looking at Fisher Field in Warsaw, and tonight it is the renewal of what we can now call the 100 Years' War. Since 1924, Warsaw and Plymouth have collided on the gridiron. They'll do it again tonight on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. How you doing, everybody? Alongside the Hall of Famer Bo Hundt and Angelo Carlo, Chuck Freeby, great to have you with us for another week of high school football on Sports Michiana. The Plymouth Rockies come in with a record of 3-2 tonight. That's noteworthy, Bo, because they have not had a record like this since they won the Northern Lakes Conference back in 2019. So how has Adam Handley done this?
I think the biggest thing is it's a process, and it's in his third year now. He's really developing the kids, and a lot of these kids have been playing for 3 years now on the varsity level. So that experience is really translated over into this season. As you can see, 3-2 record. Last couple of years, they had a couple of years of no-win season. So they've really turned it around. They've really starting to believe in the system, and I think that's the biggest thing is believing in their coach, believing in the system.
And no matter the record, Adam Handley knows that playing Warsaw is a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it because it's cool, right? I mean, like you said, how many times do you have a time where you play someone over 100 times? And, I think that, like I said, it's a little bit of a rivalry become that because we're so close to each other, 30 minutes down the road. I mean, it's kind of fun. And then we always talk about, like the school to the east, and we're probably the school to the west for them, which is great. That's kind of a fun little rivalry that I've just learned to, accept now.
Warsaw is 3-2 as well, but there is not a good feeling here in Tiger Town, and it's not just because Bart Curtis has the flu this week. You can understand why he would be a little bit under the weather after his team lost a 17-point lead at Concord.
Yeah, losing that 17-point lead last week, they felt that they had that under control, that game, and they were really controlling the tempo. And then all of a sudden, stuff just started falling apart, and it was like they were in quicksand and just kept sinking and sinking until they eventually lost the game on a last-second touchdown. They felt that got away, and what they've done this week is gotten back to the basics. And I think that's what Coach Bart's really talked about with this team is getting back to the basics, understanding what they do best, and coming out here today and performing it.
And the cure for what ails the Tigers might be a homecoming date with their arch rival.
Yeah, we had our kids' attention, and I think they know already that, this is the longest running high school football game in the state of Indiana, I believe, 105th year. So it's a big deal. There'll be a big homecoming crowd tonight, so they'll want to, nobody wants to look bad in front of their peers, you included, me included. And we both have several opportunities all the time to do that. You do it less than I do, though.
Nothing's stopping me.
I expect a highly competitive, well-fought, hard game, and I'm looking for some incredible effort out of our kids tonight, Chuck.
Best of luck to you and the Tigers. Angelo Carlo is prepared for the oncoming monsoon, and it will be here, folks. But I don't know that anything prepares us for a rivalry that is older than the two of us combined, and I will grant you that I'm the bigger part of that.
It's pretty close, actually, but it's pretty amazing when you dub it the 100 Years' War, and that's not alliteration, that's fact. And it's a great rivalry, the longest one in northern Indiana. It hasn't been much of a rivalry for the last few years because of the fact that Plymouth is down. This is their best season in years, as you guys have just mentioned. So they have some confidence. They're excited. Those kids, those seniors, they want to be competitive. It was 70-0 2 years ago. They want to be competitive in this game. They want to get the win over their arch rivals, and then Warsaw's just so hungry. It makes for a great matchup, a great rivalry, and a lot of excitement in this Northern Lakes clash.
Adam Hanley wanted to bring over some king gyros, but the bus driver wouldn't let him. He wanted a peace offering. Instead, they'll just go on the attack against the Tigers. It's Plymouth and Warsaw. A lot to talk about with our Lilliard Insurance Keys to Win and our St. Joseph County Police Department pregame show. And it comes your way next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
Shopping for tires used to be like pulling teeth. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's tire decision guide made it easy to drill down to the right tires for me.
What?
Oh, I got a great deal. My tires shipped fast and free and arrived the next day. I even got 2 years of free road hazard protection.
Where?
You're darn right, wow. Next time your tires get long in the tooth, visit TireRack.com.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
In 1969, America celebrated men landing on the moon. Now the USA is trying to return, and Imagineering Finishing Technologies in South Bend is helping pave the way. IFT is providing paint, chemical conversion coatings, and non-destructive testing services for NASA's Space Launch System and Orion spacecraft, which will deliver astronauts to the moon and possibly Mars. Help make it happen by joining the Imagineering Finishing Technologies team at iftww.com/careers.
Go.
Just graduated high school and now wondering what's next? Ready to start making a difference? Now is your chance. The St. Joe County Police Department Correctional Officer's starting pay is $50,000. Working in the jail can teach you life skills that you can use as a correctional or police officer. Benefits include vacation, medical, dental, and vision. For more information, call Sergeant Kylie Williams at 574-245-6263 or apply at sjcpd.org.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday nights. To pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. We welcome you back live at Fisher Field in Warsaw. The Spirit Tunnel formed on this homecoming night as the Plymouth Rockies come to take on the Warsaw Tigers. in the 105th renewal of this great rivalry. We'll tell you about the series history in a little bit, but first, let's get you ready for this one on the St. Joseph County Police Department pregame show with our Lilliard Insurance Keys to Win. We'll start with the visitors from Plymouth and their quarterback, Xander Ramirez. He is 6'1", 190 pounds, and a senior, 3-year starter, completing a little bit over 50% of his passes for 387 yards and 3 touchdowns, but he can run the ball well. 691 yards on the ground already and 7 touchdowns. And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got another terrific running back in Finn Holm, the fullback, 5'9", 190 pounds, and a junior. Holm averaging 6.5 yards a carry, 457 yards for the season with 6 touchdowns. Bo, the keys to win for Adam Handley and the Rockies.
The keys to win tonight for the Rockies, they need to eliminate those big plays. They can't allow Warsaw to have 60, 70-yard touchdown runs. Possess the ball. They cannot afford to have 3 and outs. They need to pick up first down after first down and run that clock and counter their aggression. Warsaw is going to be very physical out there, and Plymouth has to match that.
Warsaw's normal starter at quarterback is Drew Sullivan, but he is out tonight with a hamstring injury, so the nod goes to junior Quentin Brock, 6'1", 180 pounds. Brock, known as a running quarterback, 19 carries for 297 yards and 5 touchdowns. He can throw it a little bit, 2 for 5 for 23 yards. He will get some help on the defensive side of the ball from linebacker Cohen Hetty, a senior who is committed to play baseball at Huntington University. But Hetty, 6 foot, 200 pounds, having a terrific year. He had 76 tackles a year ago. He already has 5 tackles for loss and 2 interceptions this season. The keys to win for the veteran Bart Curtis and the Tigers.
Keys to win tonight for the Tigers. They need to execute that offense. It's very simple. They dive, and then they dive, and then they dive, and then they dive again. And play with courage and honor. They need to make sure they go out there every single play. They have that courage and honor to understand the offense. And no loafing. Coach Bart talked about 60 loafs last week, and they cannot have that every single play. They have to be on. They have to go 100%. If you don't want to hustle out there, you don't belong out there.
So Plymouth entering the field now. The Rockies looking a little bit like Indiana University in those cream jerseys with the red helmets and the white P on the side. And a large crowd here for homecoming at Warsaw. They had a big parade through the streets of Lake City and into the parking lot here at Warsaw High School before the game. And now all the players from Edgewood and Lakeview Middle Schools, who, by the way, will play on this field tomorrow morning in what they call the Civil War here in Warsaw. They are waiting for their teenage heroes to come out of the tunnel. And here come the Warsaw Tigers.
As they're coming out, you can get tonight's check on what the teams are wearing, brought to you by It's Tops in Mishawaka. The visiting team, the Plymouth Rockies, they're wearing the red helmets, the white jerseys and pants, and the red numbers. While the home team, the Warsaw Tigers, they're wearing the black helmets, black jersey, orange pants, and the orange numbers.
So Warsaw assembling here at midfield. And this is quite the series that dates back to 1924. Plymouth leads the all-time series between the two schools, 54, 48, and 2. Yes, they used to have ties in high school football back before the 1970s. They first met in 1924. There's a little bit of controversy about that because some of the records show that they met as early as 1901, but nothing we can confirm until 1924. And Warsaw's dominated the last 4 years. Last year fell behind 7-0. Wound up winning 41-7.
Yeah, they've been very dominant as of lately, and especially, like you said, the last 4 years. But Plymouth's playing better. They believe in the system. They're coming out there, and they really fought last year, got out early, like you said, and they feel they can compete this year as well.
The weather is going to be a big story here tonight. 69 degrees, that's not the issue. The wind out of the northeast at 21 miles an hour, and a 65% chance of rain. There were some sprinkles on our way up to the box. This weather report brought to you by the Marian University at Ancilla College men's golf team. I bet you get a 5-wood going the right direction tonight. You're doing really well, but our main referee, Bud Wolf, was playing over here at Rosella Ford this afternoon, said he had a 5-wood going the wrong direction. It was like watching a pop-up.
Yeah, it's definitely been something we're going to look at tonight. Fortunately for Warsaw, they don't throw the ball a lot, but it is going to affect both teams in the kicking game. Earlier before the game, as we were watching them kicking into the wind, it looked like, 20-yard field goals are going to be tough. Going with the wind, you might hit a 70-yarder tonight if you had DeFreitas out here.
Plymouth won the toss, deferred, so Warsaw will receive at the south end of Fisher Field. You saw our officials, Bud Wolf, working with John Morosky, Tristan Niplick, Adam Davis, and Brad Armstrong. They wanted me to remind you, as we always do, that the Indiana High School Athletic Association continues to look for more officials in every sport, and we're getting close to a critical shortage in officials where there aren't going to be enough, where you're not going to have Friday night lights, you're going to have some Thursdays or Saturdays. Nobody wants that to happen. If you think you can help the sport, call Jimmy Arnett at the St. Joe Valley Officials Association.
As we get ready for our first quarter, it's brought to you by Dental Solutions. Tonight's game is sponsored by Dental Solutions on State Road 15 in Warsaw. Dr. Bill Stouffer and Dr. Brock Spangle congratulate the Tigers on a great season so far. Dental Solutions is accepting new families, so call today or visit dentalsolutions.net.
You see Warsaw huddled up around head coach Adam Handley, getting ready to kick it off. Back deep for the Warsaw Tigers, it's number 46 Tucker Reed and number 6 Tristan Wilson. Meanwhile, for Plymouth, Carlos Carrillo gets ready to put the ball on the tee. Good old number 71 for the Rockies. And we are just about ready for the 105th renewal of Indiana's oldest rivalry. You know, they used to play on the third weekend of the year. It used to be with the Blueberry Festival every year. Well, it's not that way anymore. The NLC has scrambled up its schedule a little bit. But we're glad we could bring you this one on Sports Michiana. Northern Lakes Conference action tonight between Plymouth and Warsaw. Carrillo waits for the officials' approval. Toe meets leather, and we've got a high spinner to get us underway. Tristan Wilson from the 5. Wilson looking for some room to run up the middle, tripped up at the 27-yard line. Nice open field tackle that time for Plymouth as McCaslin Hundt came over to make the stop. So Quentin Brock, the backup quarterback for this Warsaw squad, who saw action in about 8 games last year for the Tigers, gets the start tonight at quarterback.
Yeah, he's not unfamiliar from being back there. Got some action, like you said, last year as well. So he's definitely familiar with the role.
And we've got movement along the line of scrimmage right away, and it looked like Plymouth jumped offside. Little anxiety there for the Rockies as John Kleindienst made contact with the center, and it'll be 1st and 5. Those are the kinds of mistakes the Rockies cannot afford to make tonight.
Especially with an offense like this that likes to pick up 3 and 4 yards and just keep pounding it.
Brody Duncan drops the football, and Plymouth says they have it, and they do. A fumble on the opening handoff. It's recovered by Lathan Cotton, and Warsaw turns it over on the very first play of the game.
Here you can see the replay, Auto Park Sports Complex. One of the things with a new quarterback in there is that timing, and there's just a little bit different cadence, a little bit different on the timing, getting to the handoff. That one right there looked like he tried to stuff it in and let go of it at the same time.
For Cotton, his first fumble recovery of the season. And now Plymouth takes over on offense with Xander Ramirez at quarterback. The senior has it 1st and 10 at the Tiger 35. Caden Millizer is the H-back, Finn Holm the tailback. And it's Ramirez keeping it himself around the right side, taking those long strides and getting a first down, sponsored by Michiana Contracting, all the way up to the 24-yard line, a pickup of 11.
Great job of reading the block, understanding to get outside, picking up the first down, not trying to get too much on that play.
Let's meet the Plymouth offense quickly. We told you about Ramirez, Holm, and Millheiser. Jose Fernando, the leading receiver on the team, is brought to you by the Plymouth Red Pandas Softball Club. Along that offensive line, the seniors are Cole Lunetta and C.J. DeLee. It's 1st and 10 from the 24. And it'll be Ramirez keeps it himself. Duck to tackle, still on his feet, and he has a first down all the way to the 12-yard line. They'll move the chains for Michiana Contracting.
Another great job of getting outside, following your blocks, and poor job of wrapping up here by Warsaw. Had him in the backfield for a 1-yard loss. Instead, it's a big first down again, and from the 12-yard line here for Plymouth.
1st and 10 from the 12. The Rockies trying to be opportunistic after that Tiger turnover. And it'll be Finn Holm trying to weave his way up the field. Holm still on his feet, and he took it down to the 3. He's just short of the first down, a pickup of 9 for the Plymouth tailback.
One of the keys to win for Plymouth was counter their aggression. Well, I think Plymouth's the aggressor out there right now. They're being very physical up front and really opening the holes for the running back and quarterback.
This was a very confident group at practice this week. They felt like they could handle this Warsaw defense. We gave you the Plymouth offense earlier. We'll give you the Warsaw defense perhaps after this play if they're still on the field, because it's 2nd and 1 from inside the 4. Ramirez hands it off. Holm to the outside. Holm to the end zone. Touchdown, Plymouth. Finn Holm with his 7th touchdown of the season, and the Rockies strike first. You get another look here on the Auto Park Sports Complex replay.
Again, Plymouth's able to get to the outside 3 different plays already and picking up big yardage in there for the touchdown. Just a really good job of being the aggressor here tonight.
Carlos Carrillo on to try the extra point out of the hold of Alexander Ramirez. Kicks are going to be an adventure tonight. Carrillo is 9 of 9 on PATs this season. Snap, set down, and kick are all good. We have played 2 minutes at Fisher Field, and Plymouth has wasted no time. The Rockies lead at 7-0 on Sports Michiana.
You dream it. We design it. You need it. We've got it. We crank it out so you can crank it up. We work with purpose to power your passion. It's game on, so come on. Let's elevate adventure. Let's take life to the next level today. Let's become better together. This is Patrick.
Your garage door keeps your home, family, and valuables safe and secure. Make sure it always looks good and works well. Precision Garage Door is your one-stop shop for design, installation, and repairs. Count on us to help you choose the right materials, style, and color for your new door. And when you need repairs, we're ready. Our friendly trained technicians work around your schedule and are available 24/7 for emergency repairs. Call your local Precision Garage Door today.
Garage doors done right.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies. IFT, where quality is a way of life. Plymouth needs just 2 minutes to get on the board, leading 7-0. Carlos Carrillo needs a holder, though, as the ball was blown off the tee just a moment ago. And Carrillo booms this one high and deep, and Wilson had to go into the end zone to get it. That's a touchback, and Warsaw will start 1st and 10 at the 20. That might be Carrillo's first touchback of the year, but you know what? When you got a 25-mile-an-hour wind behind you, that'll help.
Yeah, that is a really big win. Big thank you to Oak and Alley for feeding our crew tonight with delicious burgers, chicken sandwiches, and fries. Check out Warsaw's hidden gem, Oak and Alley, for craft burgers and beverages at 2308 Center Street in Warsaw, and now open on Sundays as well, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
The crew raved in compliments about Oak and Alley. Thank you very much. Here's Quentin Brock at quarterback. And this time the handoff goes to Brody Duncan, and he manages to jet his way forward for about 3 yards on the carry. Gives us a chance to meet the Warsaw offense. And when you look at that line of scrimmage, no, that's the Warsaw defense. We'll take a look at the Warsaw offense after the next play. Three-yard pickup that time. And the Tigers will hand it off to the first back through. And crashing forward that time was Dalen Fitzpatrick, the junior fullback, and Fitzpatrick sets up a 3rd and 1. We meet that Warsaw offense. Brody Duncan got the start at fullback. Tucker Reed, a speedy halfback. Ethan Egolf has had a nice year catching the football, and along the line of scrimmage they have some returning Wild Hogs and Ben Boren, Ivan Ponce, and Cam Kaufman. On 3rd and 1, fullback gets the ball and gets the first down, crashing forward for about 3 yards that time. And it looked like they gave it to Fitzpatrick again.
Exactly what Warsaw is looking to do, really run some clock, keep the ball on the ground, grind, and then hopefully maybe bust a big one.
3 carries, 12 yards so far for Fitzpatrick as he comes into this one. And this time Quentin Brock fumbles, and Plymouth has it again. Lathan Cotton that time stripped the ball away from Brock, and it's recovered by Plymouth.
Wow, here you can see the Auto Park Sports Complex replay. Just got in there. Brock didn't have it wrapped up properly, didn't have it tucked in, and wow, this defense is really playing strong here tonight.
Jaden Yates comes up with the fumble recovery that time. The second turnover of the first quarter for the Tigers. And Plymouth last time got the ball at the 35. This time they have it at the 32. And Plymouth moved the ball 4 plays on the ground last time. Let's see if they do it again here. Xander Ramirez, Alexander at quarterback, hands it off to Finn Holm, and Jaden Haubegger isn't having it this time. Haubegger comes over and makes the stop for a loss of 3.
Yeah, he was able to really hold the corner there, really contain that time. Exactly what they needed to do that first series, but weren't able to do it.
We'll meet the Warsaw defense after the second down play. Ramirez getting the play from the sidelines on 2nd and 13. Grady Metzger to one side, Davis Jones to the other. The handoff goes to Holm again, and he's able to get back a couple of the yards lost, so it'll be 3rd and 11. Let's meet that Warsaw defense for you, and that's the Warsaw offense. We'll see the defense here momentarily. There's the defense. Grady Nelson having a good year along the defensive line. We told you about Cohen Hetty, Matthew Flores Ortega, the leading tackler on the team. And then in the secondary, you take a look at Tristan Wilson, who's had 3 interceptions so far this season. Pickup of 2 on the play for Holm, and it's 3rd and 11. Ramirez wants to throw his first pass of the night. Now he's going to decide to run it. Got a great block on the outside and gets the first down. Boy, Caden Millizer gave him a beautiful block on the outside, and Ramirez turns it into a 19-run gain and a Michiana contracting first down.
Yeah, just a great job. Millizer sustaining his block downfield. Gave Ramirez plenty of room to pick up that first down and then some.
So a Warsaw team that still looks a little bit stunned after what happened at Concord last week. And Plymouth is taking it right to them here in the first quarter. It's Holm trying to get around the outside, and the flag comes in as there was some holding on the outside. Haubegger had good position that time, and Millizer, I think, got him.
We just complimented Millizer on the downfield block, and unfortunately that time he was holding on as they were trying to contain on the defensive end there.
Second infraction on the Rockies here tonight. You may recall they jumped offside on the first play of the game.
Formerly the Zone, the Auto Park Sports Complex in Plymouth is Northern Indiana's premier sports facility, offering basketball, volleyball, pickleball leagues, and more for both kids and adults. Stop by on Van Vactor Drive in Plymouth or check out Auto Park Sports Complex on Facebook or Instagram.
I know the scoreboard says 1st and 15, but it's really 1st and 20, and they just changed it. We'll see how that affects the Plymouth play calls here. Ramirez pitches out to Millizer, and Millizer is taken down on a nice open field tackle on the outside that time. Coming over and making the play for the Tigers was Robbie Strong.
Well, if Plymouth's going to throw the ball, this is the direction that they want to throw it. The wind is going with them at their back, and they definitely get the ball down the field versus the other direction.
2nd and 17. You're also within field goal range for Carlos Carrillo, but remember those kicks, you're going to really have to play it almost like a golfer does tonight and play the wind.
That's what I say every time I hit a ball on the golf course.
Ramirez on a bubble screen to Millizer, and that's broken up by Cohen-Hetty. What a heads-up play. 1 yard pickup on the play as Hetty came in with a head of steam and makes the hit on Millizer.
Reminder, our first quarter is brought to you by Dental Solutions. They're on State Road 15 in Warsaw.
Only a pickup of 1 there, so it'll be 3rd and 15 from the Tiger 20. Ramirez has 3 touchdown passes this year, but he's also been intercepted 5 times. So let's see how aggressive Plymouth is here. Playing with house money after the Tiger turnover. Ramirez, quarterback draw, lots of room to run. Ramirez tripped up at the 8, but that makes it a very makeable 4th and 3, and a big decision now for Adam Handley.
Yeah, I think they're going to go out and just go ahead and take the points off the turnovers. It's just a little chip shot from here. With the win, it shouldn't be no problem.
Almost not much different from an extra point. Plus, they benefit from the fact that Ramirez didn't quite center it up, but he moved it between the hash marks a little bit. And so this would be a 25-yard attempt for Carlos Carrillo, who's 2 for 2 on field goals this year. The snap, the set down, and the kick on its way, and it is good. 4:35 to go in the first quarter. And the Plymouth Rockies have come to Fisher Field with a little bit of attitude, taking advantage of 2 Tiger turnovers and taking a 10-0 lead on Sports Michiana.
I joined Notre Dame Federal Credit Union a long time ago.
1978.
I've been a member over 15 years.
I've worked with Notre Dame my whole banking life. 44 years.
I have my checking account there. I have my savings account there.
Really value the
community-based banking system.
My credit card with Notre Dame. I have my car insurance with Notre Dame.
I can't say enough good things, really.
I have my auto loans with Notre Dame.
My whole life is at Notre Dame Credit
Union.
I will
remain with them until the day I die.
It's one unique, one special vibe.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you in part by TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Carrillo kicks it off, and Wilson takes it from the 2. Tristan Wilson up the middle of the field. Look out! Tristan Wilson with a convoy. The kicker gets him at the 50.
Wow, what a great return for Warsaw. Exactly what they needed to really get some momentum getting up the field, but you can't let the kicker take you down.
Not only that, but look how many black jerseys were in front, and somehow Carrillo navigated that mass and came over and was able to trip up Wilson at the 48-yard line. That might be the spark that Bart Curtis's team needs.
They got to hold on to the ball this possession.
They give it a fullback, and hurdling tacklers is Dalen Fitzpatrick, and he picks up 4 yards on the play. So Fitzpatrick coming in after the starting fullback fumbled on the opening possession. We'll take a look at the Plymouth defense after the snap. Well, we can take a look at it now because it's an offsides against the Rockies. Ethan Hall, fine defensive end. John Kleindienst has done a good job at nose tackle. take a look at the linebackers. Carter Bush playing very aggressively this year. And then in the secondary, Jaden Yates has had a nice season with a couple of interceptions. 2nd and 1 now for the Tigers. The snap, and Brock keeps it himself. And Quentin Brock takes it all the way to the 28-yard line for a Tiger first down. 2nd first down of the night for Warsaw, and a pickup of 11 on the play.
Coming up at halftime will be our Student Athletes of the Week, presented by Tony Letcher. Tony is a lifelong resident of Michiana and a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you need insurance, Tony is your guy. Google Tony Letcher Health Markets to connect.
Fitzpatrick again, the lone back in the backfield for the Tigers. And it's Fitzpatrick smashing up the middle and picking up 3. We have a report from Andrews Field in Napanee. If you watched the game of the week last week, Dominic DeFreitas kicked a 60-yard field goal against Northridge, was 1 yard short of the state record. If the report is accurate, he now owns the state record, as DeFreitas has reportedly kicked a 62-yard field goal tonight against Concord. I'm going to guess that was with the win.
I'm going to guess it was as well.
It's Fitzpatrick up the middle, and he is tripped up after only a pickup of 2. Tell you what, Kleindienst and the rest of that Plymouth defensive line doing a nice job of holding the line right now and limiting these Warsaw gains.
Yeah, I think this is just a big 3rd down right here. If they can really hold them, make it 4th and long, really tempt Warsaw to go for it, because they're going to be kicking into the wind. Even though they have a fantastic kicker, into this wind is going to be hard to do.
In fact, I'm looking at the Warsaw sideline. Mason Smythe talking to one of the assistant coaches, probably telling him how far he thinks he can kick it into this wind. They'll give it to Fitzpatrick again, and he's only able to get about 2 yards. So it is decision time for Bart Curtis on 4th and 3. And no indication that Warsaw's going to do anything but go for it right here.
That Plymouth defense has really been stepping up. Here's a big opportunity again to really show them that they're the aggressor here tonight.
3 juniors along that defensive line, and Ethan Hall, John Kleindienst, and Avery Rivera. Now, of course, they'll bring up some linebackers, too, asking them to hold the fort against the Tigers on 4th and long. Brock keeps it himself on the option, to the outside, touchdown Warsaw. Quentin Brock from 23 yards out, the touchdown sponsored by the Mental Edge. And Brock takes it the distance for his 6th TD of the season. You get another look from Auto Park Sports Complex.
What I saw up at the line of scrimmage, I'm not sure if he caught an audible or it was a play at the line of scrimmage, but Plymouth's D-line actually shifted to the left, and then he kind of stepped back and made the option to the right side, and that really changed things on the direction and left it wide open for Brock.
The Tigers, sparked by the big kickoff return, take it 48 yards. And now on to try the extra point. Mason Smythe, wind or no wind, it's up and good. 1:26 to go in the first. Haymakers being tossed the 100 Years' War. 10-7 Plymouth on Sports Michiana.
Are you tired of auto service from big box stores and new car dealers? 45 years ago, my parents, Bud and Diane, founded Zolman's with a strong commitment to the community. Today, Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care is still family owned and operated with over 150 employees and families. And we offer a price match guarantee on any tires from any local dealer, while providing complete auto service on all makes and all models. Serving you and your family for 3 generations. Buy local, shop local. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you by Patrick, empowering outdoor enthusiasts since 1959. Plenty of scoring in this one. 10-7 Plymouth with 1:26 to go first quarter. Mason Smythe kicking into the wind. I remind you, that's into the wind, and it goes out of bounds. And Plymouth will get the ball at about the 35-yard line. So I know during the break we were both looking online, and Bennett Wise at WSBT, our partners over at TV 22, will have on Friday Night Football Fever tonight the highlight. The Dominic DeFreitas 62-yard field goal would have been good from 70.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Watching that little video and everything, seeing it. And, again, last week, the 60-yarder we saw, it was good for 5 to 10 more yards on that one without the win last week.
Here, 10-7, Plymouth with the lead. Rockies have scored on their opening 2 possessions. We'll see what Alexander Ramirez can do here. Handoff, Finn Holm, and he takes it forward for about 5 yards on the carry. Holm tonight, 5 carries, 36 yards. Mark Curtis referred to him as a mean son of a gun this week at practice, and he likes the way that Holm runs the football. You've seen him 5 carries tonight. Your thoughts?
Yeah, he runs it hard, runs it north-south, gets up the field. That's exactly what you want out of your running back.
Bart said there was no fancy dancing with Holm. He just, as you just said, takes it north-south. So 2nd and 5, and it's Holm again. Looking for a place to cut, makes the cut, has the first down, sponsored by Michiana Contracting.
I really like that cut on that play. He did a great job of setting up the defender. Here you can see Millizer coming in motion. He sets up that block perfectly by coming just a little bit to the outside of Millizer like he's going outside. Then he's able to cut right off of Millizer's butt to get up and pick up the first down.
How tough is it for a running back to learn that kind of patience? Or is that instinctual?
It's something that's instinctual. I mean, when you're running downfield, you're actually looking ahead of where you're running and you're trying to set stuff up. And the defender doesn't realize you're setting them up sometimes, and you're really doing it by the direction you're running.
Ramirez with a nice keep that time on the final play of the first quarter. Alexander Ramirez picks up 4 yards, and Plymouth will have it 2nd down and 10 when we come back to Fisher Field. The Rockies get off to a 10-7 start after one in the 100 Years' War. You're watching high school football on Sports Michiana.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
Why do our auto insurance rates keep going up? Oh.
Dramatic increases in parts, labor, and medical care are causing auto insurance rates to soar nationwide. Lilliard's Insurance can protect you from auto rate increases with our available rate lock feature. And because Lilliard's Insurance is a local business, you get better service and deal with actual people. Hi, I'm Matt Lilliard. Call or text us today to see if you qualify.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Crown Trophy, nationally known and locally owned. Nationally known, that sounds like Angelo Carlo with a Patrick sideline report. Ange, what's it like down on the field?
Definitely pretty windy. The wind gusts actually died down a little bit at the end of that quarter on the Warsaw drive. It picked back up here starting the second quarter. It was more significant really at the start of the quarter. You almost wonder if the wind gusts were affecting Warsaw going into the wind, even running the ball because of the weather going right into their face. Meanwhile, just a little bit of rain just starting down here in the field, but just drops at this point. But I'm sure it's coming fast, and we're going to be putting on some hats.
Alexander Ramirez with the first play of the second quarter. Second quarter brought to us by our friends at Ticomet.
Ticomet has been a part of Warsaw community for over 45 years and is a proud supporter of Tiger football. Good luck to the cheerleaders, players, and coaches on a successful season. Go Tigers from Ticomet, our second quarter sponsor.
So Plymouth now has to find its Bob Seeger offense and go against the wind on 3rd and 5, and that might limit the passing attack of the Rockies tonight. We'll see. It's Finn Holm making another nice cut, this time to his left, and Holm will get it close to the first down, but not quite. It'll be 4th down and 2, and will Adam Handley go for it with a 3-point lead early in the second?
Here you can see that cut right off the butt of Millhiser again. Holm did a good job of when you set that up and you're able to get right off of their rear end and really get next to them, it really eliminates somebody getting you right there at that line of scrimmage, and he was able to pick up that 2-3 yards, making a manageable 4th down here.
Plymouth with 14 carries for 107 yards so far tonight, so you get the feeling they don't look at this as a gamble on 4th and 2. And we've got illegal motion called against the Rockies. It looked like Holm might have been a little bit anxious that time.
Yeah, it looked like a little movement in the backfield there, just a little step forward. It's going to bring them up and make them rethink things here. Again, if they're going to punt it, they're punting into the wind. They might get a 20-yard punt at most.
Actually, I blamed Holm, but I believe it might have been Millhiser. Yeah, right there, Millhiser staggering forward. So this you need to know, though. Xander Ramirez is the punter for this Plymouth team, so he's already out there on the field lining up at quarterback. We saw this a lot in the game last week, where all Ramirez had to do was take a couple of steps back and then punt it away. And Ramirez is going to throw, and it's knocked down at the line of scrimmage, and Warsaw will take over. A beautiful play that time by Grady Nelson to knock down the ball at the line of scrimmage. You'll get another look here from Auto Park Sports Complex.
Yeah, he was able to get his hand up, get a finger on it, knock that ball down. Not sure they would have even picked up the first down on that play, but great job of getting the hand up, and call it the bear claw, getting the bear claw on that ball.
So now Warsaw, with the wind at its back, takes over 1st and 10 at its own 49. They have benefited from good field position on the last drive with a kick return. Here with a stop by its defense. Quentin Brock, who scored a touchdown on the last possession, hands it off. And the hurdling fullback picks up about 2 yards. I believe that was Fitzpatrick again.
Jason Thompson and the Mental Edge equip local teams and athletes with the skills they need to overcome mental roadblocks, compete with confidence, and reach their potential. Learn more by going to thementaledge.co.
We appreciate Jason's support of this. I know it's been a rough year for him with the loss of his beautiful wife, Rachel, but Jason showing that mental toughness himself each and every day. Here's Fitzpatrick on the carry, and he's got the first down into Plymouth territory at the 40.
Great job of getting up the field. Both hands on the ball. I really like to see that as well, especially after their first couple of series. Here you can see on the Auto Park Sports Complex replay, just driving those legs to pick up that first down.
Lathan Cotton came over and made the stop for Plymouth. 1st and 10 from the 40 for the Tigers. Fitzpatrick has carried the load tonight at fullback. But it's Brock this time on the carry, and the Tiger quarterback able to pick up 6 on the play.
With more than 50 years of experience, Michiana Contracting in Plymouth has grown to one of the most comprehensive contractors in Indiana. Family-owned and locally run, Michiana Contracting proudly supports high school sports and says, "Go Rockies!"
2nd down should be 4 on that scoreboard from the 34-yard line. Brock looking over to the sideline. Play clock still at 10, as you see on the TireRack.com scoreboard. Brock will keep it himself again, dodge inside tacklers, and he's short of the first down by about a yard.
Great job of spinning upfield, trying to pick up that first down. Almost got to the marker. It'll be just a tad short. Rain starting to fall, as Anj said. We can see it up here in the booth as well.
Quentin Brock, a member of Andy Manis's baseball team that won the Northern Lakes Conference title last year. In fact, the Tiger baseball team will have 6 all-conference players returning next season.
They have a bunch of pitching returning as well.
3rd and 1. Man in motion, but it's Fitzpatrick, the fullback, getting the carry, and he's got the first down to the 29-yard line.
For more than 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping people find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. They're nationally known and locally run by an outstanding team that believes in supporting the Michiana community. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
10 carries, 37 yards so far for Taylor Fitzpatrick. Actually, Dalen Fitzpatrick. There's a Dalen and a Daler on this Warsaw team. And it's Brock pitching out behind him, and there's a lot of room to run. Touchdown, Warsaw. Evan Davis takes it on in for the score, and the Tigers grab the lead.
As soon as Brock pitched that to Davis, he saw the opening and the big hole, and he was able to get through it. Nice kick-out block on the outside. Here you can see on the Auto Park Sports Complex replay, nice little kick-out block there, nobody else there.
And a touchdown sponsored by the Middle Edge, 28 yards for number 28. And now Mason Smythe can tack on the extra point. Taylor Villama is the holder. Movement along the line of scrimmage, and finally the flag is thrown. And this one is going to be a false start called on Warsaw.
Looked like the Plymouth guy kind of jumped but never came across the line, which made the offensive lineman jump as well. Move it back a little bit. And again, shouldn't matter too much going into the wind, but the wind is playing some tricks out there.
Well, but especially for a kicker like Smythe, who has a very good leg, hit a 52-yarder last season. Again, out of the hold of Taylor Villama. And again, movement along the line of scrimmage. Yep. Maybe they're just trying to make this challenging for Smythe.
Yeah, you can see the Plymouth defenders. They're kind of jerking and trying to get the offensive linemen to jump. Looks like they're going to make a sub, and Coach Curtis is going to...
There's not going to be much tolerance for that.
No, 2 in a row, and I think they're discussing it as well, too, if whether or not Plymouth is actually calling the cadence out while they're doing that.
One of the officials coming over to talk with our referee, Bud Wolf. And Bud does signal the false start. So all of a sudden, it's all the way back to the 13-yard line, and this will be about a 30-yard extra point for Mason Smythe.
Imaginary Finishing Technologies in South Bend is a longtime supporter of high school athletics. They're also helping NASA send astronauts back to the moon. Want to help? Learn more on joining the Imaginary Finishing Technologies team at iftww.com/careers.
This time, Warsaw holds the line, but it's blocked. It is blocked by Plymouth on the extra point, and that could be a key play in this game as the Rockies come through with Carter Bush blocking the extra point. Still 7:09 to go first half. 13-10 Warsaw on Sports Michiana.
Shopping for tires used to really grind my gears. So many tires, and the thought of choosing the right one made me, precisely. That's before I went to TireRack.com. I got the best deal hands down. My tires ship fast and free, arrive the next day like clockwork. Tire Rack even gave me 2 years of free road hazard protection. Precisely.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Chuck Freeby, Bo Hundt, Angelo, Carlo back with you from Fisher Field in Warsaw. 13-10 in favor of the Tigers. Let's take you around the area for some other scores. In Michigan, the war on the shore is being dominated by the St. Joe Bears. They lead Lakeshore 20-0 with 1:31 left in the first. Wawasee has a 20-0 lead on Goshen midway through the second quarter. Elkhart leads St. Joe in Indiana 17-7. That game in the second quarter at Father Bly Field. We can also tell you that Concord leads Northwood 7-3 headed to the second at Jim Andrews Field. Other games, Penn has taken a 21-0 lead on Adams. That game now in the second quarter at Everwise Schoolfield in South Bend. Here it's a 13-10 lead for Warsaw. Let's give you a couple more scores while we wait for all the personnel to get on the field. Rochester up on Peru, 14-0, that game in the first half. And it looks like we also have Marion on top of Washington 14-0 in the first half.
Different.
So, kickoff is taken by Millizer at the 23. He returns it to the 28. Let's go downstairs for a Patrick sideline report. Here's Anj.
Tell you what, Chuck, the wind is doing all sorts of tricks itself. Depends on the moment. The gusts pick up significantly at any part of the time. Just a little bit of rain with that wind gust makes it almost feel like hail when you're facing, and the rain hasn't even picked up. When the rain really picks up, it's going to feel good to have a helmet on the field because it won't be bothering you as much as it will for the rest of us. But it's the wind and the rain is going to be very much a factor the rest of the way for sure.
So Plymouth now continuing to go into the wind, but this time they have to do it while trailing. We'll see if Warsaw's defense can tighten up right here. It's Finn Holm on the carry, and indeed there's nowhere to go. Cohen Hetty was on top of the tackle, and down at the bottom of the pile, a nice job by Flores Ortega of Warsaw.
Brody Healy on that last kickoff. Mason Smythe actually had a mouth guard violation and wasn't able to kick that ball off. So Plymouth got great field position because of that. And Coach Curtis was a little upset on that as he had to come out of the game and not kick off.
The attention to detail is always something that Bart Curtis likes to harp on. Finn Holm got the handoff, and he had to work like the devil just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Marshall County Junior Golf Tour is a 7-event summer series for both boys and girls ranging from 9 to 18 years old. Age groups play from age-appropriate distances, and find the Marshall County Junior Golf Tour on Facebook for more information.
Hunter Dippon now in there at defensive tackle. Dippon, all-conference baseball player last year. Ramirez wants to throw. He throws out in the flat, too far for Millizer. Good coverage out there by Jaden Haubecker. And it'll be fourth down in what would appear to be a punting situation for the Rockies.
This will be interesting to see the first punt into the wind tonight for either team.
Tristan Wilson is the return man for Warsaw, and I would say deep, but he's not very deep in these conditions. He's standing at his 45. Take a look at this formation for Plymouth on punting. That scared Warsaw a little bit, so they take a timeout sponsored by Mail Fashions. 5:45 to go first half. 13-10 Tigers on Sports Michiana.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
Kick into the wind with a 4th and 7 here. Give you some updates on some of the scores around the area. West Noble leading Garrett 6-0 right now in the first half. That is a big game in the Northeast Corner Conference as both of those teams are undefeated. Movement along the line of scrimmage and the flag thrown. False start called on Plymouth. That'll cost them another 5. That is the 4th penalty on the Rockies tonight.
Upgrading your window treatments? Don't DIY it. Call Quality Window Treatments with free in-person consultations, design help, and local installation. There's no guesswork required. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com and see your space in a whole new light.
Northwood now leading Concord 10-7 in the second quarter. Another big game in the NLC tonight. High snap. Ramirez with a sidewinding kick. The wind pushes it out of bounds at the 40. Well, the ref will walk back now. I'm pretty sure he's going to stop at about the 46. Nope, he keeps on coming to the 48. So excellent field position for Warsaw. As again, they only have to go about half the field to hit Hallelujah Land.
Yeah, just great field position again to start, and they really have the momentum going right now. So see if they can keep it on the ground and keep picking up those first downs.
But it appeared to me, Bo, that Ramirez started that punt off to the right side of the field, and the wind is blowing so hard across the field it pushed it all the way out of bounds.
Yeah, one of those in this wind, you got to keep that punt low and hope for a roll and let that ball roll as far as it can go.
Robbie Hofford in at fullback now, and Hofford able to pick up 2 yards on the carry. Hofford had a touchdown in the win over Plymouth last year for the Tigers.
The Plymouth Red Pandas Softball Club has showcased some of Marshall County's best youth softball players at 10U, 12U, and 14U over the last 3 years and will continue improving next season. Reach out on Facebook to learn more. Go Red Pandas and go Rockies.
2nd and 8 from the midfield stripe. Turn, handoff. No, it's a pitch out. Tucker Reed, and a flag comes in. I think it's going to be a face mask against Plymouth.
Looked like they reached in and reached back and kind of grabbed hold, maybe inside the shoulder pad or right at the face mask. Didn't look like it.
Oh, no, it's a block in the back. And this is going to be against Warsaw. Boy, the way Reed spun around that time, I thought sure there was a face mask, especially with the timing of the flag, but you can see it again here on the Auto Park replay.
Didn't see a whole lot right there.
10-yard penalty against the Tigers. That's their 4th of the night. 4 penalties, 25 yards. And now Warsaw looking at a 2nd and 18, and penalties is one of the things that really hurt Warsaw last week. Drop snap, but Brock picks it up and rolls out. Heaves it down the field and a little too far. He had Jake Rhodes open, and if he hit it, they could have played the fight song.
That's one of those things. You're going with the wind. You cannot lead somebody on that deep route like that, and especially when you have them open like that. Underthrow it just a little bit so they can kind of come back to it and make sure you pick up that big first down, big chunk of yards.
The umbrella is starting to pop out here at Fisher Field as the rain intensifies. 3rd and 18.
Play clock's already down to 7.
And Bart Curtis is going to take his second time out. It's sponsored by Mail Fashions. We'll keep it here.
Since 1959, Patrick Industries in Elkhart has empowered outdoor enthusiasts to achieve next-level recreational experiences. Patrick is a proud supporter of our local teams and athletes, empowering excellence on and off the field.
There's a big game at Notre Dame Stadium on Saturday, and then Anj and I will break it down Monday night on a little show we like to call Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Irish Football Fix, and we bring it to you on Pulse FM in Michiana. That's on 92.1, 96.9, 103.1. It's Notre Dame Federal Credit Union's Irish Football Fix with the focus on faith with Cam McDaniel this week on Pulse FM. Let's go downstairs. The aforementioned Mr. DiCarlo. He's got a Patrick sideline report.
You know what's kind of interesting early on is atmosphere-wise, the Warsaw crowd has still to really get into this game despite the fact that Warsaw now has the lead. Not sure if it was because of the way this game started or obviously the wind and the rain that has picked up, but obviously a significant advantage on homecoming crowd-wise for Warsaw. But in terms of the loudness, we've actually heard from the Plymouth faithful a little bit more than we've heard from Warsaw so far here tonight.
Maybe they're still working on all that candy they got during the homecoming parade. 3rd and 18. Brock wants to throw. Fires a bullet, and it is broken up beautifully that time by Plymouth. Great defense by Ethan O'Leary, the 6'1 junior, who came over and busted it up.
O'Leary did a great job of coming around and not through the offensive player there, knocking the ball away. Great job of kind of wrapping up as he was coming around, not hitting too early. Forcing a punt here for Warsaw.
Ethan Egolf was the intended receiver. O'Leary, superior job at the cornerback position there. And now Mason Smythe will punt it, and Plymouth has not put anybody back deep. Let's see how much Smythe can control this one, because he's certainly capable of booting it all 60 yards. High snap. Smythe was able to bring it down. This will definitely take a Tiger roll. Inside the 20 it goes, and it keeps on going. Inside the 15, the Tigers waving it home, and it'll die at the 12-yard line. So a terrific pump by Smythe of 48 yards with no return.
You can see the rain's really starting to come down out on the field. See how it affects Plymouth here on their next series.
Well, Adam Handley talked before the game, and I asked him directly how they felt the conditions would affect their strategy. They said, look, we've seen the forecast all week. We were aware of the conditions we would be coming into. And I think to a certain extent, this is one of those quarters where Plymouth really has to rely on its defense.
Yeah, both their scores came off of short possessions, as in short fields. Here, they have to travel pretty much the whole distance.
Finn Holm, a great way to start that is he picks up 6 on the carry, and Holm now has 10 carries for 54 yards tonight.
Mel Fashions in Warsaw cheers on the Tigers. Mel Fashions is your home for men's formal, business, and casual clothes. Check out Mel Fashions on Buffalo Street in downtown Warsaw on Facebook or Instagram.
Holm, a member of the track team at Plymouth, he says he encounters a lot of the Warsaw football players during track season. Actually says they're pretty nice guys. The only time that we really get competitive is between the lines. Alexander Ramirez showing some wheels. Look at the Plymouth quarterback go, and he finally goes out of bounds in Tiger territory at the 41-yard line. That's a pickup of 41 yards.
Exactly what Plymouth needed here on the Auto Park Sports Complex replay. Ramirez getting up the field, breaking one tackle. Another one there as he's going, and then he shows he's got some wheels to get up the field.
Ramirez now with 7 carries for 99 yards, and that was a Michiana contracting first down. Ramirez has already had 4 games this year where he's run for over 100 yards, and Adam Handley's going to have to use a timeout here as his quarterback is struggling to get his shoe back on. So they're going to let the play clock go down to about the 1-second mark. Handley takes the timeout. We will as well. 3:36 to go first half. 13-10 Warsaw, but the Rockies on the move on Sports Michiana.
Medicare plans can be confusing, but they don't have to be. I'm Tony Ledger, licensed insurance agent. I can help you compare your options because I'm appointed with many nationally recognized carriers. With my help, you can find the coverage that fits your needs and budget. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Ledger today to schedule your free consultation or visit tledger.com.
Shopping for tires used to be like pulling teeth. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's tire decision guide made it easy to drill down to the right tires for me.
What?
Oh, I got a great deal. My tires shipped fast and free and arrived the next day. I even got 2 years of free road hazard protection.
Where?
You're darn right, wow. Next time your tires get long in the tooth, visit TireRack.com.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless. 1st and 10 from the 41 for Alexander Ramirez and the Plymouth Rockies, and Finn Holm only able to get a yard that time on the carry as he got knocked down by Big Hunter Dippin.
Hey, you want to help your team look great? It's Tops can help. They are the official outfitter for a number of local schools and even Sports Michiana. They can do a lot more than just clothes. Learn more at itstops.net.
They'll spot the ball at the 40. That'll set us up with a 2nd and 9. Ramirez from the gun. Quarterback draw. Ramirez up the middle. Spins away from a tackler, and he's got the first down all the way down to the 31-yard line. A pickup of 9 for big Alexander Ramirez, who goes over 100 yards in the first half.
Another Michiana contracting first down for Ramirez and the Plymouth Rockies. Really getting some confidence here on this drive. They lost a little bit the last couple of drives.
A year ago, even though Ramirez took a 41-7 loss in this game, he threw for 187 yards against the Tigers, but really relying on the legs tonight. and trying to at least get his team into field goal range to maybe tie it up at the intermission. Man in motion, and they'll hand it off to Jose Fernando, and a flag comes in on the play, and this will be against the Rockies.
Marian University and Scylla College men's golf team is Indiana's premier junior college golf program. The beautiful Swan Lake Resort offers you every amenity needed to improve your game. Contact the coach or a campus representative to see how you can join the Marian University and Scylla College men's golf team.
Doing a great job of building the athletic programs there at Marian University at Ancilla. And, of course, I know you've played that Swan Lake course many times before.
But definitely played that course before and played a few summer travel games down in Ancilla, Marian's baseball field.
So Plymouth now looking at a 1st and 20 from the Tiger 41-yard line. Plymouth still with 2 timeouts remaining, as you can see looking at the TireRack.com scoreboard. And the handoff in a rare 2-back set here tonight for the Rockies, and they gave it to Caden Millizer, and Millizer was able to stagger up the field for about 4 yards. You're familiar with his game in baseball.
Yeah, Caden, great young man, really hard worker, really decent baseball player, a lot of talent, a lot of raw talent, and you can tell he's a football player in a baseball body, or a baseball player in a football body.
He'll turn 18 next Friday night, but we're not doing the game next Friday, so happy birthday, Caden. They give it to him again, and Millizer only able to get about 1 that time.
Locally owned Central Automotive in downtown South Bend is your answer for oil changes, brakes, air conditioning repair, general maintenance, and more. Check them out at Lafayette and Colfax. Central Automotive. We're here for all your automotive needs.
Ball spotted at the 36-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 15 here for Plymouth as we approach 1 minute remaining in the first half. And one of the things the Rockies obviously trying to do here is eat up some clock so when Warsaw does get it back, they don't have much time to do anything with it. Ramirez looking over at the sidelines, and Plymouth wants to use a timeout here with 54.5 seconds left before halftime.
Notre Dame Federal Credit Union is the financial institution of choice for Sports Michiana, plus hundreds of churches and schools. Link your Elevate credit or debit card, and your nonprofit earns 1% cash back. Go to NotreDameFCU.com/Elevate to learn more.
Including tonight, there are 4 games left in the Northern Lakes Conference season, and if you look at the NLC standings as we take in the atmosphere here at Fisher Field, you'll see in the NLC that Concord, ranked number 1 in Class 5A, is standing there at 3-0. But then there are 4 teams tied for second behind them, including these 2 here tonight in Plymouth and Warsaw. So this is really a pivotal game in the NLC race.
It really is. I mean, this is definitely one of those games. You got that Concord-Northwood game going on right now, which is a battle. So we talked last week that, 2 losses probably is not going to win this conference, but you might be able to get it done with 1.
By the way, a score update, Knox is leading LaVille 16-6 tonight. And Rochester has taken a 38-0 lead on Peru. That's in the second quarter. Handoff to Finn Holm, and again, Dippin is there to bring him down. The big defensive tackle having a monster night. It'll set up a 4th and long here. And Plymouth was hoping the ball would not be set before the clock got to, the play clock had to start, but there is about a 6-second difference here between the game clock and the play clock, so they'll have to run a 4th and 15 call.
Thank you to Lilliard Insurance Agency for all their work in helping Sports Michiana get all its insurance needs. Real people, real service, real value. That's their slogan, but Matt Lilliard and his team also live it every day. Visit realvalueins.com to get the personal touch you deserve.
Plymouth will use its last time out here to avoid the delay of game, and Adam Handley will try to set up a 4th and 15 call to his liking that will, A, help bleed some clock, and B, maybe give his team a chance to at least get a field goal here before halftime. Jimtown and Tippecanoe Valley, big game in the Northern State Conference tonight. That one is scoreless at Knepp Field. a couple of teams that really like to run the ball. The Valley ran it well last week against LaVille for 436 yards, but Cody Vincent's done a nice job with that Jimtown squad.
Has really done a great job. And, they had a big win over Fairfield earlier in the year, and they've just done a great job. We expected that Tippy Valley Jimtown game to be all that it's worth.
Meanwhile, here, a 13-10 Warsaw lead. Plymouth jumped out to a 10-0 advantage in the first quarter, taking advantage of 2 Tiger fumbles inside their own 40-yard line. First time it was Finn Holm taking it in from 3 yards out, then Carlos Carrillo with a 23-yard field goal. But since then, it's been all Warsaw on the offensive end.
Looks like Ramirez might drop back and do a little pooch kick maybe to the corner here to waste some time.
Ramirez rolling out. No, he wants to throw the football. Now he's going to try to run it. Ramirez, I think he killed all the time, though. Good job by Alexander Ramirez. Even though he didn't get the first down, he kills the clock. And Warsaw will head to the locker room with a 13-10 lead on their arch rival, the Plymouth Rockies. Probably not a very satisfactory half for Bart Curtis. He is getting a chance now to chat with the official, and then he'll get a chance to chat with Angelo Carlo in our Patrick Sideline Report. We'll go downstairs in just a moment here as Bart continues to speak with the official. And now we go downstairs to Ange for a Patrick Sideline Report.
Here, your thoughts on the first half?
I cannot, in good conscience, tell you what I really think. So I'm just going to tell you that we're ahead by 3 points. We've turned the ball over twice inside the 20, and we're very fortunate to be ahead by 3 points at this point. So that, and they're running through us like hot knife through butter.
How has the wind affected things?
Not at all.
All right, very good.
I mean, it hadn't affected us at all. No more. I mean, the one kickoff went out of bounds, so that was probably the only thing. But, we've got to play. We're playing inspired. We're playing much harder than we did second half last week. Now we got to tackle. We want to tackle the shoulders. We got to tackle and the hips are lower.
Coach, thank you very much. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, it's Bart Curtis not pleased, but his team ahead, Bo and Chuck. That's the most important thing as they head into halftime and get set for the second half in this windy battle in the 100 Years' War.
Not even his granddaughter's baptism last week could keep Bart Curtis from being surly at practice on Tuesday, and not even a 3-point lead tonight can keep him from being surly at halftime. When we come back, our Tony Letcher Student Athletes of the Week. It's all next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Shopping for tires used to be like pulling teeth. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's Tire Decision Guide made it easy to drill down to the right tires for me.
What?
Oh, I got a great deal. My tires shipped fast and free and arrived the next day. I even got 2 years of free road hazard protection.
What?
You're darn right, wow. Next time your tires get long in the tooth, visit TireRack.com.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
In 1969, America celebrated men landing on the moon. Now the USA is trying to return, and Imagineering Finishing Technologies in South Bend is helping pave the way. IFT is providing paint, chemical conversion coatings, and non-destructive testing services for NASA's Space Launch System and Orion spacecraft, which will deliver astronauts to the moon and possibly Mars. Help make it happen by joining the Imagineering Finishing Technologies team at iftww.com/career.
Just graduated high school and now wondering what's next? Ready to start making a difference? Now is your chance. The St. Joe County Police Department Correctional Officer's starting pay is $50,000. Working in the jail can teach you life skills that you can use as a correctional or police officer. Benefits include vacation, medical, dental, and vision. For more information, call Sergeant Kylie Williams at 574-245-6263 or apply at sjcpd.org.
Sports just came natural, so it's not like hustle, 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 even though you train a lot. But, you know, it's getting a little bit easier now that we're a senior, got less classes. But, you know, focus on the stuff I like, so classes are easier.
You mentioned being out injured. It happened before the season started. How are you trying to help lead the team now that you are not able to be on the field?
I still, like, come around to practices, help out with mainly the receivers, like talk to them because now we got younger guys in playing, help them perfect their craft, still watch film, help people point out like do's and don'ts.
You're looking to study business in college. Why is that?
My mom went for accounting, and I just really love math, so I'm taking a business management class and an accounting class, and I really like it, so I really just want to go for accounting.
And then how has Plymouth prepared you for the future?
Just our work ethic, sacrifice, like our big three, our big four really, just help us. Just it's a bigger picture outside of football.
Aiden, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cam Kaufman is an outstanding athlete. 3 sports at Warsaw, has a 4.06 GPA, football player, semi-state qualifier in wrestling, and the regional champion in shot put and track and field. How do you balance everything?
It hasn't been too hard because all my coaches are super lenient. Like, if I have a practice at this time, they're super easy. They allow me to get to each practice pretty quick. And all of them work pretty well together because, I mean, most of my coaches, I have them for football, wrestling, and track. So,
what's your best sport? What's your favorite sport? Maybe it's 2 different answers.
My favorite sport? That one's hard because I like football and wrestling because I like to hit people. And it's always fun to see the defeated look in your opponent's eyes. And then I think my best sport is probably track just based off of how far I've gotten.
All right. Obviously, you have a bright future, but after you're done with college, it sounds like you want to be involved in high school athletics. Tell us a little bit about that and why that is.
I've been in athletics ever since I can remember. I mean, I've played football since first grade, and I spend so much time here anyways. And I mean, like, I job shadowed our athletic director, Mr. Binkard. I'm like, this is a job I think I could definitely see myself doing, and I love the sports. Like, it's probably my favorite thing ever, and I love being around it.
What does being a Warsaw Tiger mean to you?
That one's tough. Coach Curtis has definitely made it a little bit easier. I mean, as a Warsaw Tiger, we're all a super tight-knit family, and we all care for each other. And, I mean, if anybody needs anything, we're always super quick to try and help each other.
Cam, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
Aiden, congratulations as well to you. Aiden Van Dusen, Cam Kaufman, Outstanding Student Athletes of the Week, presented by Tony Letcher with Health Markets. You're watching the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week. More halftime right after this.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, putting people over profits. Our St. Joseph County Police halftime report continues from Fisher Field, where Warsaw leads Plymouth 13-10. Chuck Freeby alongside Bo Hundt. We welcome you inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth, high and dry above the fray, and quite the first half here. This is more of what you would expect in a rivalry game.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it reminds you a little bit of last year when Plymouth got off to a good start. They went up 7-0, but it was all downhill after that. Looked like it might have been the same thing. Plymouth goes up 10-0, then it was nothing but Warsaw. But the thing was, Plymouth kind of shut them down and then got a little bit more momentum on offense, and this is going to be a dogfight come the second half.
Let's show you how it got to be this way here at Fisher Field, because right away Warsaw was having problems from the opening play from scrimmage when they fumbled the first play, and Plymouth was able to come up with it. After that, Alexander Ramirez started the drive with this nifty 19-yard run down the field. Finn Holm would cap it with a 3-yard touchdown. The extra point was good, 7-0 in favor of the Rockies. Next possession, Warsaw fumbles again as Quentin Brock is separated from the ball by Lathan Cotton. Jared Yates is able to pounce on it. It's 10-0 before Quentin Brock on a big fourth down call here takes it in from 23 yards out to get Warsaw on the board. Ramirez ran wild in that first half. He had over 100 yards rushing for the Rockies in that half. But, again, Warsaw was able to make the option work by getting to the outside, and this time it was Evan Davis who managed to turn the corner and take it on in for the score. The extra point was blocked, though. 13-10 Warsaw. And Bo, I've got the first half stats here on my phone, courtesy of Roger Grossman. Plymouth actually outrushed Warsaw in that first half, 155-107. Neither team had more than 2 passing yards. Those both belong to Plymouth, by the way. Penalties dog both teams. 2 turnovers by Warsaw, none by Plymouth. That has helped keep the Rockies in it.
Yeah, I think the biggest things we look at is Plymouth really dominated the ground game. A lot more rushing yards than we thought they would have, especially in the first half. But I think the biggest things was the mental mistakes that were out there. The 2 fumbles, the costly penalties that Warsaw had. Plymouth had some as well. Just not a great, really clean football game in that first half between the 2 teams. Look for the adjustments in the second half, and whoever makes the better adjustments is going to come out victorious.
Bart Curtis was adamant in that halftime interview that the wind was not a factor. Did you feel the same way?
I didn't think it was a factor in certain situations, but come some field goals or late time, if somebody needs to make a big punt in field position, it's definitely going to be a factor.
Let's take you down through some scores here at the intermission. They're in the second quarter, and Knox has a 22-12 lead on LaVille in that Northern State Conference game. Meanwhile, Concord has taken a 20-10 lead on Northwood late in the first half. Of course, the Minutemen leading the Northern Lakes Conference. Garrett leads West Noble at halftime 7-6. Both of those teams 5-0. That's for first place in the Northeast Corner Conference. Some other games from around the area. Wawasee is having its way right now with Goshen. Warriors lead that one 28-7 in the battle for the Warhawk Trophy. Pioneer on top of South Central. That's 28-0 in favor of the Panthers. Penn laying the lumber to Adams at School Field, 42-7. St. Joe up in Michigan. Andrew Pratley's got a nice team. They're undefeated.
They're good.
And they lead Lakeshore at the half in the War on the Shore, 32-0. We've done that game a few times. You know what that rivalry is like. And then some other games from around the area. It looks like it's 21-0. Marion leading Washington. That's in the second quarter at Tulski Field. And Kalamazoo United leads Watervliet 35-0 at the half. So those are some scores. We'll be back with second half play-by-play in just a few minutes as you're watching high school football on Sports Michiana. This has been the St. Joseph County Police Halftime Report.
You dream it. We design it. You need it. We've got it. We crank it out so you can crank it up. We work with purpose to power your passion. It's game on, so come on. Let's elevate adventure. Let's take life to the next level today. Let's become better together. This is Patrick.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
Your garage door keeps your home, family, and valuables safe and secure. Make sure it always looks good and works well. Precision Garage Door is your one-stop shop for design, installation, and repairs. Count on us to help you choose the right materials, style, and color for your new door. And when you need repairs, we're ready. Our friendly trained technicians work around your schedule and are available 24/7 for emergency repairs. Call your local Precision Garage Door today.
Garage doors done right.
You dream it. We design it. You need it. We've got it. We crank it out so you can crank it up. We work with purpose to power your passion. It's game on, so come on. Let's elevate adventure. Let's take life to the next level today. Let's become better together. This is Patrick.
I joined Notre Dame Federal Credit Union a long time ago.
1978.
I've been a member over 15 years.
I've worked with Notre Dame my whole banking life.
44 years.
I have my checking account there, I have my savings account there.
Really value the
community-based banking system.
My credit card with Notre Dame, I have my car insurance with Notre Dame.
I can't say enough good things, really.
I have my auto loans with
My
Notre Dame.
whole life is at Notre Dame
I
Credit
will
Union.
remain with them until the day I die.
It's one unique, one special vibe.
Founded in 2001 by brothers Sam and Levi, Reliance has built a reputation for excellence, providing high-quality home building and renovation services to the Michiana area. From single-room renovations like kitchens and bathrooms to building your dream home from the ground up, everything benefits from their decades of experience. From concept to completion, Reliance makes even the largest projects simple and hassle-free. To find out more, visit RelianceDBR.net. Reliance. Design, build, renovate.
Are you tired of auto service from big box stores and new car dealers? 45 years ago, my parents, Bud and Diane, founded Zolman's with a strong commitment to the community. Today, Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care is still family owned and operated with over 150 employees and families. And we offer a price match guarantee on any tires from any local dealer, while providing complete auto service on all makes and all models, serving you and your family for 3 generations. Buy local, shop local. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
Finding private health insurance can be stressful. What if it didn't have to be? I'm Tony Letcher, licensed insurance agent. I prefer to personally meet with my clients so I can get a better understanding of your needs and budget. I can even review your current coverage. I don't want you to be my client today. I want you to be my client forever. Call Tony Letcher today to schedule your free consultation or visit tletcher.com.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the Lilliard Insurance Agency. Real people, real service, real value. Chuck Freeby, Bo Hundt, the third member of our crew, Angelo Carlo down on the sidelines with the Patrick Sideline Report. I imagine Adam Handley probably had a little bit different attitude towards this one than Bart Curtis did at the half.
He certainly did, and so did his team. You could hear the excitement in the locker room. That is a team that very much believes they can win this game. I asked Adam Handley, hey, you've only won 3 games as a program over the last 3 years. Of course, you've won 3 games this season. How critical is it that your team believes right now? And he said, it's the biggest thing. He's told his seniors, we wanted a stamp on this program being back. Make the stamp be tonight. And those kids came out of the locker room believing that it can happen tonight. And that means, and they're going to have the ball going with the wind to start this second half. A critical first drive to continue with that momentum that they had going into halftime.
Let's keep Anj with us because I want to talk over a couple of quick scores here before we start the second half. A couple of scores we didn't give during the break. Elkhart leading St. Joe 17-14 at the half at Father Blythe Field. We see the Lions for the first time next week, but they've had some first-half struggles this year, haven't they?
They've just not really gotten the offense going, it feels like. The defense certainly feels like it's been here and it's ready to stay. The offense has been a bit of a struggle for them so far this year, so that's an interesting score. St. Joe has played well at different times. Obviously didn't in the game we broadcasted against Marion, but of course we know they had that 7-0 win over New Prairie earlier this year, so the Huskies are much improved this season themselves, but I'm surprised they've been able to hang with Elkhart as much as they have. Felt like Elkhart deserved to be ranked this week, so really good effort there by St. Joe. It'll be interesting to see. Meanwhile, Penn is beating up on Adams 35-0 in their game, so they're taking care of business as we get ready for that big boy football next week between Elkhart and Penn.
And Bo, I want to ask you about this one. Bremen leads John Glenn 21-0 at the break. Seems like the Lions have been a little up and down.
They have been up and down all year. You know, they played a couple tough teams, beat the Triton team. Triton's got a good one with North Justin tonight as well. But, yeah, they've been up and down. Big loss to LaVille, but then, you know, they come right back and they play well at times. But, again, this is a game where they win into John Glenn. They expected to win. They're up 21-0 at this time. So they can keep things motoring along, but that Tippy Valley Jimtown game is going to be very interesting for that conference.
And now Knox with that 28-12 lead on LaVille as Mason Smythe pounds it almost all the way down to Winona Lake as he kicks that one off, and our third quarter is underway.
With locations in Warsaw and Elkhart, Babsco Supply is proud to be one of the largest employee-owned electrical distributors in northern Indiana. From professional contractors to DIY enthusiasts, Babsco Supply has you covered for all your electrical supplies. Go Tigers!
Also in the Northeast Corner Conference tonight, Lakeland pounding Central Noble 55-0. Ryan O'Shea with a nice team over there in LaGrange County. Here it's 13-10 Warsaw on top of Plymouth. Rockies with the ball first and 10 at their own 20. Xander Ramirez had a big half running the football in the first half, but he gets tripped up for a yard gain on his second carry, or his first carry of the second half. Nice stop that time, coming in and making the play for Warsaw was Cole Kuntz.
This series isn't like a dire and need series for Plymouth, but it's really important for them to maybe pick up a first down or two to really kind of get a little momentum here going into the second half.
Excuse me, that was Gavin Schultz on the tackle that time, their outstanding middle linebacker. Now Finn Holm trying to get around the corner, and he did, but then he got stuck. Nice hit that time for Warsaw. Coming up was Robbie Strong on the tackle. He was the JV quarterback last year, but he's done a nice job at cornerback this year for Bart Curtis's defense.
Here you can see at Auto Park Sports Complex replay. Great job of coming up, sticking Finn right there at the line, not letting them pick it up anymore. Great open field tackle.
Holm now with 58 yards on 12 carries tonight. 3rd and 6. For the Rockies going into the wind here in the third quarter. Ramirez throws, screen pass complete to Millheiser, and he has the first down all the way up to the 35-yard line.
They've tried to run that little middle screen a couple times tonight. Here you can see again on the Auto Park Sports Complex replay. Great job getting into Millheiser and picking up the first down, important first down to start this second half for the Rockies.
The first time they ran that play, Cohen Hetty was able to blow it up, but he couldn't get there this time. Well blocked by the Rockies. It's a nice little safe pass to run there in the middle of the field. Now it's 1st and 10, and Plymouth can grind some more clock, shorten up the game. Ball on the field, and Ramirez was able to pick it up right at the line of scrimmage.
Could have been a costly mistake there for the Rockies, but fortunately Ramirez was on the spot and was able to jump on the ball.
Get another look here from the Auto Park Sports Complex.
Looked like he might have even picked up a yard. No, they actually give him a minus a yard on that.
Ramirez had 112 yards for the game. 2nd and 10 from the 34. Millheiser in motion. Holm takes the handoff, and there's just no room to run. The Warsaw defense really shutting things down right now. Mason Gabbridge comes in and makes the tackle. Gabbridge is senior nose tackle. And Gabrich also a member of the wrestling team here at Warsaw.
Respect, loyalty, pride, courage, integrity, and dedication. Those are the many ways officers at the St. Joe County Police are serving our community. If you are looking for a career change that can really make a difference, visit sjcpd.org to learn more.
3rd and 11. Plymouth converted a 3rd and long earlier in this drive. Ramirez throws the screen again, but it's not fooling anybody this time. Look at all the black jerseys around for a loss of 3.
Yeah, they threw the screen behind the line there, and the linemen were already downfield. The defenders were still in front of him. He had nowhere to go. Here you can see the Auto Park Sports Complex replay. Screen right there, just nowhere to go. I think the Warsaw D-line sniffed that out a little bit.
That was Jose Fernando's first grab of the night. He's their leading receiver on the season. So now Ramirez is going to have to punt it away. Tristan Wilson is the deep man for Warsaw. He has one big kickoff return tonight. And Ramirez with a line drive kick, and Wilson will let it roll, and it takes a Plymouth roll all the way down to the 27-yard line. That's a beautiful kick, 43 yards into the win.
Yeah, that's exactly how you kick those. You kick them low and try to get it over the top rolling so you can get some roll out of it and keep it low so nobody can return it.
Tell me about our friends at Dental Solutions.
You know, Dental Solutions is a great sponsor for tonight's game. They're on State Road 15 in Warsaw. Dr. Bill Stouffer and Dr. Brock Spangle congratulate the Tigers on a great season so far. Dental Solutions is accepting new families, so call today or visit dentalsolutions.net.
The Warsaw defense did a better job of tackling around the legs and hips. Now can the Warsaw offense execute? They give it off to Brody Duncan, and he is able to pick up a couple of yards on the play. Duncan fumbled on his first carry of the night, but he has been one of the top ground gainers for the Tigers this season. He had 57 yards in their victory over Michigan City. 2nd and 9. Plymouth defense has done a nice job against the run inside most of the night. Where they've been burned is when Warsaw's been able to kick it to the outside. They try to go to the outside here, and Tucker Reed is off to the races. One man to beat. He serpentines, and he'll take it 72 yards for a Tiger touchdown. There is a flag down, though, at the 29-yard line, and there is a Plymouth player down.
Sec might be calling a chop block.
A Plymouth player is down at the 24-yard line, and the flag is down at the 29. And this one is coming back. Bart Curtis wanted to find out who the culprit was before anybody else. It's a personal foul, blow to the head against Warsaw. We'll see if we can pick it up right here. Oh, it was a helmet-to-helmet hit that time. That's what they're calling. The block that knocked the player down was helmet-to-helmet.
Here and kind of replay it back. It's right at the top of the screen, right when he's getting ready to make the cut.
You're going to see it come around right here. Keep an eye on number 9 here. He's the linebacker coming on the blitz. He hops to the outside.
See it right in the backfield. It was kind of like a crackback block is what it was. And as he came back, he hit helmet to helmet. Not only they're trying to really eliminate that crackback block, but also the helmet to helmet as well.
That is a huge penalty, obviously, against Warsaw. 15 yards, negates the touchdown. Now the pitch out comes, and they'll try to run again. Fumble by Davis. Who's got it? It's loose, and Plymouth has it. The Rockies create their 3rd turnover of the night.
Not sure who it was coming from deep safety position, but they came over and knocked that ball out right there, put the shoulder down into it. Is that number 1?
No, it was, I think it was 44 that time for Plymouth, and that would be Ethan Hall. Ethan, a fascinating story. He is a homeschooler. He comes to Plymouth for a class so that he can play football, because otherwise he'd have nowhere that he can play football. He is homeschooled, though, most of the day, and makes a huge play right there, forcing the fumble, the third of the night on the Tigers. And now the carry and the dump pass to Caden Milheiser, and Milheiser has a first down sponsored by Michiana Contracting.
Well, just like that, we talked about momentum changing for Plymouth, and again, see if they can capitalize on the third turnover tonight for Warsaw. Capitalized on the first two, and here they have a chance to take the lead with the third one.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 11 for the Rockies. Finn Holm trying to turn the corner on the outside, and Holm is brought down on a terrific open field tackle at the 7-yard line.
A big thank you to Oak and Alley for feeding our crew tonight with delicious burgers, chicken sandwiches, and fries. Check out Warsaw's hidden gem, Oak and Alley, for craft burgers and beverages at 2308 Center Street in Warsaw, and now open on Sundays from 10 to 4.
Fletcher Pohl came up with the touchdown-saving tackle there for the Tigers. So it's 2nd and 6 from the Tigers 7. And it's Ramirez trying to go around the right side, and he is tackled around the legs at the 3.
Kind of a little bit of a broken play right in the backfield, but he was able to pick up 3-4 yards there, even on a play where he was hitting the backfield with the way his ability to spin and control his body.
Midway through the third quarter, big possession right here, 3rd and 2 at the Warsaw 3-yard line. Plymouth trying to upset its arch rival, get its first win against the Tigers since 2019. Unique formation here.
Little confusion, and they'll call a timeout.
Adam Hanley needs to use one. We'll take one as well. 5:04 to go, third quarter. 13-10 Warsaw, but Rockies knocking on the door on Sports Michiana.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Reliance. Design, build, renovate. Plymouth was able to renovate the third quarter of this game with a big defensive play. It was made by Grady Metzger, who was in at safety. You'll see it again. Metzger wears number 13 for the Rockies, and he comes like a bolt of lightning across there, knocks the ball loose. And you see the scrum on the field, and finally Plymouth was able to get it. Now on third down, Alexander Ramirez trying to get to the goal line. Did he get in? No, he's short, but he's got the first down. It'll be 1st and goal from inside the 1.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing there is realizing you can go for it here, and if you don't quite make it, and that's a correct call, his knee was down, reached across the goal line, but he wasn't quite there. But it is enough to pick up that big first down for the Rockies.
And the ball did not come loose until Ramirez was down. They are at the 1-foot line of the Warsaw Tigers. 1st and goal for Plymouth. Ramirez will get under quarterback. The quarterback sneak. Oh, he fumbled the snap, and Holt picked it up and took it in.
Wow, better to be lucky.
Finn Holm picks it up. Johnny on the spot takes it on in for the score, and the Rockies take the lead as you'll get another look here on the Auto Park replay.
Well, the ball came out from Ramirez, and he wasn't able to pick it up because he was getting squished by the D-line and offensive line coming back on him. And Finn Holm able to come up, pick that ball up, and take it right in the end zone for the score.
This is a huge extra point here from Carlo Carrillo. The snap, set down, and the kick are all good. 4:39 to go in the third quarter. Could an upset be brewing at Fisher Field? Plymouth takes a 17-13 lead on Warsaw in the 100 Years' War on Sports Michiana.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Shopping for tires used to really grind my gears. So many tires, and the thought of choosing the right one made me, precisely. That's before I went to TireRack.com. I got the best deal hands down. My tires ship fast and free, arrive the next day like clockwork. Tire Rack even gave me 2 years of free road hazard protection. Precisely.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team, help protect and serve our community. Plymouth now leading Warsaw 17-13 at a rainy, windy Fisher Field in Lake City. Carlos Carrillo kicking into the wind here. And Carrillo will squib it. And it rolls through the fingers of the up man, but it's picked up back at the 15-yard line and returned by Warsaw to the 34.
Great job understanding the wind and having turf field out here. Do a nice little squib kick and try to get it to bounce all over the place.
Tristan Wilson, a member of the Warsaw basketball team, able to scoop that one up and bring it back. So the Tigers trailing for the second time tonight, and we'll see how Bart Curtis's team responds after the costly turnover. All of Plymouth's points tonight set up by Warsaw fumbles. Take a look at the veteran Bart Curtis down there on the sidelines, his 34th year of coaching. Plymouth coming on a blitz, and Warsaw was able to run right to it. Brody Duncan with the carry that time at the pickup of 6.
Formerly the Zone, the Auto Parts Park Sports Complex in Plymouth is Northern Indiana's premier sports facility, offering basketball, volleyball, pickleball leagues, and more for both kids and adults. Stop by on Van Vactor Drive in Plymouth or check out Auto Park Sports Complex on Facebook or Instagram.
You pickleball guy?
I have not played. My dad has asked me many a times when I'm down in Florida, I'm going to play this next time.
I can't believe you deny your father like that. Here's the carry by Quentin Brock, and Brock able to get up to the 44-yard line, just a little bit shy of the first down.
It's not that I don't deny him, it's that he plays at 7 a.m. in the morning and I'm on vacation.
You deny your father, let's face it. I mean, if you don't want to play pickleball, just say so. If you're scared you're going to lose to him, just say so.
Well, that might be.
Well, I think that's more the issue.
Go play golf, and then I know I can beat him.
1st and 10 for the 44 for the Tigers. Duncan in at fullback. And it's Duncan on the carry, and Brody takes it on up to the 49-yard line for a pickup of 6.
A big thank you to Tony Letcher for his incredible support of Sports Michiana. Tony is a licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you're looking for assistance with Medicare, family, or individual health insurance, Google Tony Letcher Health Markets or visit tletcher.com.
Brody Duncan, you see him hopping around there, number 43, very active in the power of pink. When Mishawaka comes to Fisher Field next week, they will have their Fight Cancer game, and the players will be in pink shoes for the Tigers. And it's Duncan again on the carry, and he puts his head down and manages to burrow forward for 7 yards and a first down.
Warsaw getting back to the basics, trying to do it on the ground here, pick up first down after first down, exactly the way Coach Bart Curtis likes it, and then try to bust big play for a touchdown as well.
Duncan had a touchdown against Plymouth last season. He was also a member of the homecoming court last year. Tigers now in Rocky territory, 1st and 10 at the 44 with 2:14 to go in the third. You see the story on the TireRack.com scoreboard. Brock keeps it himself, and Brock able to spin away from a tackler and get forward to the 40-yard line for a pickup of 4.
Ticomet has been a part of Warsaw community for over 45 years and a proud supporter of Tiger football. Good luck to the cheerleaders, the players, and coaches on a successful season. And as always, from Ticomet, go Tigers!
Brock has had a couple of big games at running back this year. Remember, he is playing quarterback tonight because the starter, Drew Sullivan, is out with a hamstring injury. No word on how long Sullivan will be out. 2nd and 6 from the 40. The pitch out, and it's well read by the Plymouth defense. My goodness, getting there in a hurry was Hayden Graham O'Brien.
What a great play by that defense. Play that had worked numerous times for Warsaw, getting that pitch sweep to the outside and really picking up big yards on that play. The touchdown that got called back was that play, and here, great job of angling to the ball and really getting great pursuit there by the Pilgrims.
Graham O'Brien already has an offer from Valparaiso University. Loss of 1 on that play. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Tigers. And Quentin Brock wants a timeout. He doesn't like what he's seen on the other side. The timeout sponsored by Mayo Fashions. 38.2 to go third quarter. 17-13 Plymouth on Sports Michiana. Chuck Freeby, Bo Hundt, Angelo, Carlo back with you at Fisher Field. Let's update you from some other scores around the area. Garrett now with a 17-6 lead on West Noble in the fourth quarter. They're going to the fourth at Bill Sharp Stadium at Knepp Field. And Jimtown leads Tippecanoe Valley by a count of 7-0. Jimmy's trying to stay on top of the Northern State Conference. Here, 17-13 Plymouth, 3rd and 7 for Warsaw from the Rocky 41. Brock looks to throw, fires down the field, and it's nearly intercepted. He overthrew his receiver, and then Ethan O'Leary was looking for the pick.
I think the biggest thing was his great coverage by this Rocky defense downfield. Last time they rolled out for a pass play, they had 3 guys open downfield. This time, didn't have much to go through for right here, especially the way he was rolling out to the right.
On 4th and 7, Warsaw will juggle the lineup a little bit. Robbie Hofford comes into the game as a fullback. Ethan Egolf, who had 5 catches last week in the game against Concord, comes in as a split end. Passing situation, and Brock rolls out looking to throw. Egolf is open, but Brock keeps it himself, and I think he got the first down.
He was right at it. It looked like he might have got about a half yard past it.
And it is a first down for the Warsaw Tigers. You'll get another look here from the Auto Park Sports Complex replay.
Great job of getting upfield, understanding where you got to get to, driving those legs, and just getting that first down.
What a run that time by Brock.
What a play call as well.
Boy, Egolf was open behind everybody, though, and Brock had made the decision he was going to run the football. Will Brock run a play here? He doesn't have to. But they hand it off to Hoffert, and the 5'3 fullback goes forward for 4 yards on the final play of the third quarter. What a rock'em sock'em fest we have in the 100 Years' War. The 105th game between Plymouth and Warsaw has featured plenty of hard hitting, plenty of turnovers, plenty of big plays, and Plymouth will lead Warsaw 17-13 as we go to the fourth on Sports Michiana.
In 1969, America celebrated men landing on the moon. Now the USA is trying to return, and Imagineering Finishing Technologies in South Bend is helping pave the way. IFT is providing paint, chemical conversion coatings, and non-destructive testing services for NASA's Space Launch System and Orion spacecraft, which will deliver astronauts to the moon and possibly Mars. Help make it happen by joining the Imagineering Finishing Technologies team at iftww.com/career.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies. IFT, where quality is a way of life. We'll go down to Ange after this play. Quentin Brock keeps it on the carry and manages to plow forward for a first down, pickup of 7. Now for a Patrick sideline report, here's Ange.
Yeah, certainly all the momentum going Plymouth's way in terms of the fan bases and the angst that's on the Warsaw sideline. Obviously, this is a big drive here for Warsaw because they're going against the wind. They need to punch this score in to regain the lead. Plymouth will have the opportunity to go with the win the rest of the game. The wind's died down a little bit down on the field level, but certainly up in the air in terms of field goals and kicking, it is still very significant.
Brock steps back and checks his play card with the play clock at 10. And Brock will keep it himself and explode through the hole and get all the way down to the 13-yard line. They'll spot it at the 14. That will be just a little bit shy of a first down, but a nice read there by Quentin Brock.
Jason Thompson and the Mental Edge equip local teams and athletes with the skills they need to overcome mental roadblocks, compete with confidence, and reach their potential. Learn more by going to thementaledge.co.
2nd and 1 for the Tigers. Trailing by 4, 17-13. Fitzpatrick back in the game at fullback. And it's Fitzpatrick up the middle, and Fitzpatrick takes it all the way down to the 6 for a first down on a pickup of 8.
Be a first and goal here from the 6 for the Tigers, looking to take the lead here early in the fourth quarter.
Dalen Fitzpatrick was the main carrier for Warsaw in the first half. And they're going with him again here on first down, and he gets down to the 3-yard line before he gets submarined.
With more than 50 years of experience, Michiana Contracting in Plymouth has grown to one of the most comprehensive contractors in Indiana. They're family-owned and locally run. Michiana Contracting proudly supports high school sports and says, "Go Rockies."
I know Ange is loving these Warsaw fullbacks. Fitzpatrick's 5'7", Duncan's 5'7", and Hofford's 5'3". 2nd and goal from the 3. Fitzpatrick on the carry. Stood up. He did not make the goal line. It'll be 3rd down.
This Rocky defense really just stuffing up that middle, trying to prevent the Tigers from scoring here, just making them work every single inch here.
Lathan Cotton and Aiden Rivera combining on the tackle that time. Looks like they put the ball down at the 2. It'll be 3rd and goal from there.
For more than 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping people find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. They're nationally known and locally run by an outstanding team that believes in supporting the Michiana community. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
Brock gives it to Fitzpatrick and then helps push him into the end zone. Touchdown, Warsaw. The touchdown sponsored by the Mental Edge, and the Tigers go back in front with 9:06 to go.
Great job of getting upfield. Nice little push by Brock from the back as well to make sure he got in the end zone.
Doing what he can as the quarterback to help his team. And now Mason Smythe will come on to try the extra point.
That touchdown sponsored by the Mental Edge, Jason Thompson.
There is confusion on the Warsaw sideline trying to make sure that they have the right personnel on the field. Ben Boren ran off the field and then had to run back on. The snap is good. The kick is blocked again. The kick is blocked again, and Plymouth only trailing by 2 now with 9:06 to go.
Wow.
So the Rockies have clearly spotted. First, you're going to get a look at the touchdown and the push by Brock. But the Rockies have clearly spotted a flaw in the Warsaw specialty.
Yeah, right up the middle. Both times just coming right up the middle, getting the hand on it and getting the block. And it wasn't like it was just a slight tip. I mean, that's almost a full body on that ball right up the middle. And, you know, the Rockies have a chance to possibly take the lead on just a field goal now, and they have the wind behind their back, and they're capable of making probably a 45, 50-yarder pretty easily.
You're going to get a wide angle here, but yes, as Bo said, keep an eye out right up the middle. They come through and standing up, knock down the kick from Smythe.
The Marshall County Junior Golf Tour is a 7-event summer series for both boys and girls ranging from ages 9 to 18. Age groups play from age-appropriate distances. You can find the Marshall County Junior Golf Tour on Facebook for more information.
They've had some fine players come through that program in the past. War on the Shore, St. Joe now leading Lakeshore 46-0 in the third. Pioneer with a 49-6 lead on South Central at the half. Wawasee leading Goshen 28-7 after 3 as Smythe hits this kickoff down to the 1-yard line, and Plymouth will have to return it from there and only get back to the 15.
Nice little wedge on that kick. Hit right at the 1 and back straight up in the air, and they had to field it.
Jose Fernando on the return, and the leading receiver for the Rockies seems a little worse for wear as he comes to the offensive huddle.
Upgrading your window treatments? Don't DIY it. Call Quality Window Treatments with free in-person consultations, design help, and local installation. There's no guesswork required. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to see your space in a whole new light.
So Xander Ramirez, and the Plymouth Rockies hand it off. No, Xander kept it that time and takes it out to the 21-yard line, a pickup of 6. This is the first time we've seen him play, Bo, but I'm very impressed with him.
Very physical, very confident in his game, got some speed, got some power, and really controls this Rocky offense and understands what needs to be done.
He and Holm have a very nice chemistry back there, and I talked with Finn about that at practice this week. He said, the moment I came on campus as a freshman, Xander and I just seemed to mix well, and it seems that way in the backfield as well. This time it's Holm making that patented 90-degree turn and coming up with a pickup of 1 that time. Warsaw really starting to put the clamps on Holm here in the second half.
The Plymouth Red Pandas Softball Club has showcased some of Marshall County's best youth softball players at the 12, 10, and 14U age groups. Last 3 years, they will continue improving next season as well. Reach out on Facebook to learn more. Go Red Pandas and go Rockies.
You see the clock, 7:50 to go in this one. Plymouth trailing by 2. Big 3rd and 3 right here from its own 22. Ramirez tried to get to the outside, and Warsaw got him well behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 on the play.
Big defensive stand here for Warsaw. Plymouth going to send out the punt team, see if they can use that wind to their advantage and flip the field here is what they call it.
Boy, the big senior Hunter Dippin is really playing a monster game at defensive tackle tonight. We have called his name time and time again. 6'2", 270-pound senior. And Ramirez now will be punting with the wind. Tristan Wilson is the deep man standing back at his 44. And he's going to back up a little bit more. This can't be fun, trying to field a punt in these elements. Especially one that comes off the foot, takes a little spin. Plymouth is going to let it take a sideways roll, and it goes out of bounds in rocky territory at the 48. And all of a sudden, you can kind of feel the momentum change here. The Warsaw bench starts to get fired up a little bit.
Punt came off the side of his foot there a little bit, tried to walk into it. Sometimes you step just a little too far in that, took a little bit too far strides, and got out in front of it and didn't have any power to really boot that ball down the field.
The Rocky defense has created 3 turnovers tonight. You get a feeling they may have to create a 4th for Plymouth to win this game. By the way, Concord now leading Northwood 27-10 with 2:12 left in the third quarter. And the Minutemen have knocked Ryder Ransberger, the backup quarterback, out of the game for Northwood. Quentin Brock keeps it on the ground, and Brock is able to hang on to the football and pick up 6. Brock now with 80 yards on 11 carries tonight.
Since 1959, Patrick Industries in Elkhart has empowered outdoor enthusiasts to achieve next-level recreational experiences. Patrick is a proud supporter of our local teams and athletes, empowering excellence on and off the field.
2nd and 4 from the 43. A rivalry dating back to 1924. Writing a pretty good chapter in 2024 tonight. Handoff up the middle, good carry for the first down. Gets up to the 39-yard line. I believe it was Duncan that time, and it was.
Sports Michiana apparel is courtesy of our friends at It's Tops in Mishawaka. Clothes, office supplies, tumblers. If you want to put your logo on something, odds are It's Tops can make it happen. Locally run since 1976, It's Tops gives you the personalized attention you deserve. Learn more at itstops.net.
Ange pretty happy that they make a rain jacket tonight. 1st and 10 from the 39. Clock starting to become a factor in this one. Man in motion. Brock kept it himself. Brock breaks a tackle and finally gets up to the 30-yard line before he gets corralled down by Jaden Yates, or he was off to the races.
Just a great job here. You can see on the Auto Park Sports Complex replay, really breaking through the first arm tackle and getting all the way up to big first down pickup to make it 2nd and short. And again, they're wanting to take time and more time and more time and really sustain this drive.
2nd and 1. And Brock will hand it off to the fullback, and Duncan is able to take it forward to the 26-yard line, pick up another first down, and move the chains for Warsaw.
Male Fashions in Warsaw cheers on the Tigers. Male Fashions is your home for men's formal, business, and casual clothes. Check out Male Fashions on Buffalo Street in downtown Warsaw or on Facebook and Instagram.
4:35 and counting left in this one. Warsaw only up by 2. Looks like Robbie Hofford has come in now at fullback for the Tigers. And they'll give it to Hofford, and he's able to squeeze out only about a yard that time. Warsaw just continuing to try to hammer away at the middle of that Plymouth defense, which has been pretty solid tonight.
Imaginary Finishing Technologies in South Bend is a longtime supporter of high school athletics. They're also helping NASA send astronauts back to the moon. You want to help? Well, learn more on joining the Imaginary Finishing Technologies team at iftww.com/careers.
Now Dalen Fitzpatrick comes in at fullback. Fitzpatrick has had the most carries of anybody for Warsaw tonight. And he takes this one forward for about 2 yards. It'll set up a 3rd and 7.
Big thank you to Chips and Doodles. They're a family-owned and operated small batch local bakery. Their delicious cookies are baked in a commercial kitchen and made with real vanilla and butter. Delivery is available, as is pickup near downtown South Bend. Learn more at chipsanddoodles.com.
Warsaw going to put in an extra tight end here, and Grady Nelson, the big sophomore. Third down, we'll call it 7 from the 23. Brock keeps it himself and gets stifled after a pickup of 1, and now Adam Hanley wants to use a timeout with 2:50 to go and a fourth down play coming up for Warsaw.
Big timeout there, big stop on the defense by the Rockies. See what Coach Curtis does here on this fourth down. This is about the same area where they went for it on fourth down and ended up scoring the touchdown early in the first half.
Well, it's an interesting decision here, Bo, because of the problems that Warsaw has had in the kicking game tonight with block kicks. Do you take the risk? A field goal forces Plymouth to score a touchdown to win the game.
Yeah, in this situation, normally if the wind wasn't blowing, if they didn't have the few hiccups earlier in the game with the block extra point and the block field goal, I think they would kick this as a field goal easily.
Well, maybe Anj has some insight with the Patrick sideline report.
Yeah, I'm not kicking it right now with the way this wind is going and the way the execution has gone on extra points. That seems really risky, and the significance of what could happen going the other way and just needing a field goal for Plymouth. I think the best bet for Warsaw, but what do you do now? Do you throw the ball into the wind? You try to run the ball here? I'm not really sure what they can pull off, so this will be an interesting decision, and here we go.
Egolf is in the game at a split end. That frequently will indicate at least the design of a pass play. Brock on 4th and 5 under center. Steps back, throws, touchdown, Grady Nelson. They put the extra tight end in, and it pays off as the big sophomore Nelson, known for his home runs on the baseball diamond, goes deep here for Warsaw.
Well, great play call, great execution, getting the ball right to him, up the field. Big pickup, crucial extra point here, as that last touchdown was sponsored by the Mental Edge. But if they make this, it makes it a 2-score game. If they were happen to have this block, Plymouth could actually come down, score a touchdown, get a 2-point conversion, and actually tie this game. So big extra point here. They're going for 2.
They are going to go for 2 because they lack confidence right now in their special teams. But they fumbled the snap, and Plymouth still has a chance, trailing 25-17 with 2:45 remaining. But what a play by Nelson. That's a candidate for our Big C play of the game. As you'll get another look here on the Auto Park replay, just a one-step drop. Nelson took off, and nobody covered the big tight end.
I love how he's carrying that like a loaf of bread into the end zone as well. He just grabs it and like, give me that ball. I'm getting in the end zone.
He is only a sophomore, 6'4", 235 pounds. Heck of a baseball player. He was all-conference last year as a freshman.
As you guys have noticed, we've talked a lot of these players out here are multi-sport people. Plymouth got a lot of baseball and football players along with Warsaw. A lot of baseball players that are playing football out here as well.
And actually a lot of track guys on both sides as well. On the offensive line for both teams, a lot of shot and discus competitors. And, of course, we heard from Cam Kaufman in our Tony Letcher Health Market Student Athlete of the Week feature.
Yeah, and I got to talk to him earlier in the track season this year as he was the winner in the regionals.
One timeout left for Plymouth. 2:45 to go in the game. We'll see if the Rockies can do anything with the kick here. Mason Smythe's kick goes all the way into the end zone against the wind. That's impressive.
So I think one of the biggest things with Plymouth, regardless of what they can take away from this, Warsaw scored 2 touchdowns on fourth down. So defense has held all night long, but 14 of those points up there are 2 touchdowns, actually 13 because they missed the 2-point conversion, have been on fourth down plays.
I'll tell you what, you can make a really good case, and I would, that a Warsaw defensive player might be the player of the game in this one, because I think Dippin has done a terrific job in run defense.
definitely has. The defense has done a great job. Brock has done a fantastic job as well at quarterback.
And not to be dismissed that he is the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
That's not his normal position. Ramirez throws. Jose Fernando with the catch all the way down to the 46. A pickup of 26 for Fernando on his second catch of the night.
A Michiana Contracting first down for the Rockies.
And when you're throwing with the wind, it's a whole lot easier for Xander Ramirez, who came into this game completing 50% of his passes. Still plenty of time for the Rockies to get downfield. Ramirez throws again. This one is caught as well. It's Metzger with the catch all the way down to the Tiger 39-yard line.
Another Michiana Contracting first down for the Rockies.
Grady Metzger with his fourth grab of the year. He's a three-sport athlete, plays baseball and hockey.
Plymouth getting up to the line, trying to go a little bit of hurry, getting down on 2 minutes to go here.
First and 10 from the 39. Ramirez, quarterback draw, taking those long strides, getting to the outside. Ramirez to the 15. A 24-yard pickup for the Plymouth quarterback.
3 straight Michiana Contracting first downs for the Rockies. Here you can see on the Auto Park replay, great job of coming upfield, understanding where the players were, that it could bounce it outside. Looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field.
It's sponsored by Mail Fashions. 1:51 to go. Warsaw leading Plymouth 25-17 on Sports Michiana.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners.
Drop the bump. This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Reliance. Design, build, renovate. First and 10 from the 15. Xander Ramirez trying to run around the corner, and he gets knocked out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal after a pickup of 10.
Marian's University and Silla College men's golf team is Indiana's premier junior college golf program. The beautiful Swan Lake Resort offers you every amenity needed to improve your game. Contact the coach or a campus representative to see how you can join.
16 carries, 157 yards for Xander Ramirez tonight. What a ball game this one has turned out to be. Blake Mackey has come in the game as an extra tight end here for Plymouth on first and goal. It's Ramirez keeping it himself. Ramirez to the end zone. He did not get there. He is short by about a half a yard.
Plenty of time out there. No need to really hurry up. They're at the half-yard line unless there's a penalty or something and moves it back. But at this point, it's 1 or 2 plays, and you have plenty of time on the game clock to get in.
That's the key here for Plymouth's offensive line. They got to hold their position here and not have a false start. They're running Ramirez from the gun. He'll try to run straight ahead. Did he get in? No, he's short again. It'll be third down. Clock continues to tick under a minute.
Remember last time they were down at the 1-foot line, they went under center, and that's when they fumbled the ball on the snap, and Finn was able to pick it up and run it in. See if they go under center again.
Plymouth needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to force overtime. Ramirez gets under center. The push from Warsaw, but did Ramirez get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Plymouth. And now the Rockies will go for 2.
the all-important 2-point conversion here to tie this game, to possibly send it to overtime.
Xander Ramirez with his 8th rushing touchdown of the night. And now let's see what Adam Handley has in the bag for the 2-point conversion here with 33.9 seconds left.
They still have that one timeout. We'll see if they take their time here and call this play.
I think that's what they want to do, is use that timeout right here and make sure everybody's on the same page for this 2-point conversion. We'll keep it right here. What a ball game here at Fisher Field tonight. Everything that you would expect in a rivalry of this ilk between Plymouth and Warsaw. Over the last 2 or 3 years, Warsaw has been completely dominant, but there was no question at Plymouth practice this week. This was a team with confidence. They believed. Bart Curtis told me he knew that they believed, and we're going to come over here and compete.
I mean, the NLC, the competition this year, the Concord-Warsaw game last week went down to a last possession. Our game last week went down to a 2-point conversion that was failed, win or lose. This one, another 2-point conversion is on the line for the game to go potentially to overtime as well.
I think you have to keep the ball in Ramirez's hands and let him do something with it on some sort of rollout, whether it's run, pass, some sort of option there.
They've had a great some great play calling. Well, they've actually tried to act like they were going to the right. He kind of steps to the right and then goes to the left on a rollout, and it's been wide open a lot for him on that play.
Fernando in motion. Ramirez rolls left, throws, and it's caught for a 2-point tying conversion. Grady Metzger with the grab in the back of the end zone, and we're tied at 25.
Wow, what a play.
Another look from Auto Park. A terrific roll, and Metzger with a falling catch in the back of the end zone to tie this at 25 with 34 seconds left.
We talk about special teams all the time and talk about the difference that can make. 2 block kicks tonight are the difference in this game so far.
Because it also forced Warsaw to feel like it had to go for 2 on the last touchdown rather than kick the extra point.
Yep.
But we have seen one big kickoff return already from Warsaw tonight that nearly went to the house. Do not count the Tigers out with 34 seconds left and a kicker with the ability of Mason Smythe.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do on this kickoff. If they kick it deep or they try to squib kick it again and keep the ball on the ground so they can't try to set up a big return.
I kind of take it that you think they should squib it.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. Squib it to one of the kind of up men so that they can return it. Even if they do get it to the 40, you're better off than trying to kick it deep with the ability of the big play that the Warsaw receivers have back there. Unless you think Carlo is capable of just booming it all the way into the end zone with this wind behind it. That is true as well. I mean, if he can kick it in there, but as Coach Sharp used to say, you better do it. That's exactly who I thought of when I said that. Carlo instead will hit a line drive that will skip all the way into the end zone. Well, that's kind of a mix of the two strategies there. And now Warsaw has to start at its own 20-yard line with 1 timeout remaining and 33.9 seconds on the clock. How aggressive do you think Bart Curtis is going to be here? You know, it's one of those things where is it a passing situation? And if it is, then everybody knows that they're going to pass. They don't have much of a passing attack. So can they really set that up? And a lot of times in this situation, you just take what you're given. Meanwhile, if you don't move it down the field, the high school overtime, each team gets a crack from the other's 10-yard line. 1st and goal. So we'll see how Warsaw plays it here. Brock is going to turn. It's going to be a reverse to Davis, and he gets run out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That was a great defensive play of staying home by the defensive end, not biting on the reverse, understanding coming up, keeping containment somewhat. And that was actually Tucker Reed on the carry that time for Warsaw. Reed
picking up 5 on the play. Carter Bush was the one who ran him out of bounds. Clock stops with 27.3 seconds left in the ball game.
So Warsaw with a little bit of a trickery on that first play.
And Bart Curtis wants to use his last time out here. It's sponsored by Male Fashions. 27.3 left. Tied at 25 on Sports Michiana.
When contractors and OEMs need quality electrical products at the best prices, they look to Babsco Supply. We strive to supply all the electrical products you need for residential, light commercial, and OEM electrical components. We have the knowledge, dedication to customer service, and extensive inventory to ensure your electrical projects are completed successfully. We are employee-owned, which means all of our employees are owners. So you know we care. With locations in Elkhart and Warsaw, Babsco Supply is working together to serve you better. Learn more at babsco.com.
The timeout sponsored by Male Fashions. 2nd and 4 from the 26, and now Warsaw goes into somewhat of a victory formation. So they're just going to take the snap, take a knee, and head to overtime.
I think that's a smart thing to happen. Wet out there, the ability of maybe fumbling the ball. They've already got 3 fumbles on the night, and if they fumble right here in this area, great opportunity for the Rockies to take advantage of it. Here they have a chance to go to overtime.
It is Northern Indiana's version of the Hatfields and McCoys. They have been doing this every year since 1924 and twice a year during the years of World War II. And now the 100 Years' War will head to overtime at Fisher Field, tied at 25 on Sports Michiana.
Your car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
We found out about Notre Dame Federal Credit Union through a friend. We were nervous about growing interest rates, but Notre Dame Federal Credit Union communicated the entire way through that process and made us feel like we made a good move. Finding a house was the tricky part, but securing financing and going through the purchase process with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, that was the easy part. That was simple. We would highly recommend working with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The customer service is amazing.
This edition of the Sports Michiana High School Football Game of the Week being brought to you by TireRack.com. TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be. Well, Bart Curtis snapped a 6 flip losing streak tonight with the opening coin toss. But this one tonight, in overtime, we're waiting to see who's going to get the ball, who's going to go on defense, and what end of the field they're going to go to. We haven't had a signal from the officials yet as to who won the toss, but just looking at the people assembling on the far side for Plymouth, it looks like the Rockies won the toss and elected to go on defense.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going down to the far right of your screen. Wind is heading that direction. So the Tigers will have the ball heading with the wind to their back. Not much. With 10 yards, there's not a whole lot of wind play in that scenario.
Might help a quarterback when he's not having to throw it into the wind, especially as fierce as this wind is blowing. What a job both teams have done tonight. Warsaw overcoming 3 turnovers. Plymouth taking advantage of 3 turnovers and then driving 80 yards down the field at the end of the game and hitting the 2-point conversion to force overtime.
Yeah, did everything they had to do in that last drive and did it with perfection.
Brody Duncan lines up at fullback. Quentin Brock, the quarterback. It's Duncan on the carry, and he is knocked down after a pickup of 1.
The big Hogs up front were able to get across the line and get him right in the backfield. Keep that for a half-yard to yard pickup.
Let's see if Warsaw decides to go double tight ends here. They have put Nelson, who caught that touchdown a little bit ago, back in the game. He lines up out there with Tucker Reed right behind him at fullback. That Brock keeps it himself. Brock headed towards the end zone but did not get in. He stopped at the 1. So an 8-yard pickup for Quentin Brock, and it'll be 3rd and goal from the 1.
Here you can see the Auto Park replay. I believe that was the reverse late in the fourth quarter there, but great job by Brock getting it down to the 1-yard line, 3rd and 1. Again, both teams get possession. So if you're on defense first, you get to see what the offense does. So if they don't score here on 3rd down, do they kick the field goal to get the 3 points on the board or go for it?
Brody Duncan lining up at fullback. Brock under center. Brock hands it off. Duncan to the end zone. Touchdown, Warsaw. In overtime, the Tigers run on Duncan.
Looks like they're sending out Smythe to kick the extra point here. Again, you could go for 2 if you wanted to in this situation. Looks like they're going for 1.
And obviously, it is critical that they get some blocking up the middle here.
That touchdown sponsored by the Mental Edge.
Daylor Villama is the holder. Twice tonight, Plymouth has been able to block extra points coming right up the middle. Snap, set down, kick are all good. And it's 32-25 Warsaw, and now the onus goes to the Plymouth Rockies. What a job. For the second straight week, Bo, we have seen a backup quarterback really do a great job leading the team. Last week it was Ryder Ransberger, and this week, despite the turnover problems, Quentin Brock may be making a contention for player of the game in this one.
Yeah, he's had a heck of a game leading this as the so-called backup quarterback. Again, he had some experience last year as well at the quarterback position, but has done a fantastic job. But tell you what, Alexander Ramirez has done one heck of a job here tonight too, and he might have something to say about that here yet tonight.
And of course the question is, if Plymouth does score a touchdown here, would they go for 2 in the win? That all remains to be seen. 1st and goal for the 10. It's Finn Holm on the carry, and he's dragged down by Andrew Tippin again. Wow, what a game that kid has played.
He's just been a force up front. Here you can see it again on the Auto Park replay, just coming through, busting through, and understanding where to go on the handoff.
2nd and goal. They'll spot it at the 9. Second straight week, we have had a thriller here on Sports Michiana in the Northern Lakes Conference. Holm to the left of Alexander Ramirez. Ramirez wants to throw, fires, he gets it over the middle. Metzger, touchdown. Grady Metzger, who caught the 2-point conversion, scores the touchdown. He also had that big hit to spring forth a fumble, and now Plymouth will use a timeout and think about going for 2.
Each team gets an extra timeout when you go to overtime. Plymouth taking advantage of that timeout, and they have no intentions of sending out the kicking team here. On the road, they are going for the win here.
32-31, Warsaw leading Plymouth in overtime. And the game comes down to one big 2-point conversion. Let's go down to Angelo with a Patrick sideline report.
Yeah, if they went for the extra point, I would be so stunned beyond belief, because here's what Adam Hanley wanted. This is the situation he was asking for at halftime from his team. Get the stamp on the program back. You've only had 3 wins combined in the previous 3 seasons. 3 wins already this year. Stamp the program in year 3 of Adam Hanley with a victory here.
Ton of people on their feet here at Fisher Field. Alexander Ramirez, the 3-year starter at quarterback for the Plymouth Rockies, trying to direct his team to a huge win here at Warsaw. Now Bart Curtis wants a timeout after he saw how Plymouth lined up.
Yeah, smart call by Coach Curtis, getting out there, seeing how they were set up so they can get a diagram defense out there for it. And as Anj said, and as Coach Hanley had talked about, regardless if they convert this two-point conversion, they have put a stamp on this program. They have said Plymouth Rocky football is back, and it is here to stay.
Boy, you can't say enough not only about Ramirez and Holm and Metzger, names we've called on the offensive side, but there are unsung heroes like Avery Rivera and Jaden Yates and John Kleindens, kind of on that defense that just made tackle after tackle tonight and forced turnovers. So now Plymouth will line up. They get the ball at the 3-yard line in the center of the field. And a 2-point conversion to win for Plymouth, or Warsaw gets the stop and wins. Ramirez to throw. Scrambling out of the pocket. He's got room. He's in. Plymouth wins. The Rockies have come to Fisher Field and won in the latest chapter of the 100 Years' War. Look at this wild scene for the Plymouth Rockies. An incredible win for Plymouth. Down by 8 in the final 2.5 minutes of the game. They come down the field, they force overtime, and then they get a huge 2-point conversion to beat Warsaw, their arch rival tonight, 33-32. What an incredible game here at Fisher Field. A lot to talk about on our St. Joseph County Police Department post-game show. We'll have our Reliance player of the game and Big C Lumber big play of the game, and it all comes your way next on the Sports Michiana Game of the Week.
Shopping for tires used to be like pulling teeth. That was before I went to TireRack.com. TireRack's Tire Decision Guide made it easy to drill down to the right tires for me.
What?
Oh, I got a great deal. My tires shipped fast and free and arrived the next day. I even got 2 years of free road hazard protection.
Where?
You're darn right, wow. Next time your tires get long in the tooth, visit TireRack.com.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
We found out about Notre Dame Federal Credit Union through a friend. We were nervous about growing interest rates, but Notre Dame Federal Credit Union communicated the entire way through that process and made us feel like we made a good move. Finding a house was the tricky part, but securing financing and going through the purchase process with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, that was the easy part. That was simple. We would highly recommend working with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. The customer service is amazing.
In need of an award? Call Crown Trophy of Mishawaka, the area's premier award provider. They've been serving the area since 2001 with cutting-edge exclusive products, personalized with state-of-the-art laser engraving technology. And Crown Trophy has more than just trophies. They offer corporate, sales, and retirement awards, along with personalized gifts and promotional products. Crown Trophy, nationally known, locally owned, where everyone's a winner.
What a scene here at Fisher Field in Warsaw. The Plymouth Rockies celebrating with their students in the end zone after a 33-32 win over the Warsaw Tigers tonight. Chuck Freeby and Bo Hundt high above the fray inside the Notre Dame Federal Credit Union broadcast booth. But let's go downstairs to meet Angelo Carlo with our Reliance Design, Build, and Renovate player of the game, Alexander Ramirez.
We got Alexander and we got Coach Hanley back here as well. He can't catch up his breath. Alexander, we'll start with you. What does this win mean for your team?
This means everything. You know, we've had 70-0 2 years ago. It's been back in my mind ever since, and I just have to trust my teammates and coaches and get the job done.
You guys went for two times. You got it both times. What was the resilience of this squad to get this victory?
Just having the mindset and willingness to win and never giving up.
At halftime, I heard that locker room going crazy. You guys believed. How critical was that belief at halftime?
Very critical. You know, we put our faith in each other and played for the guy next to each other, and you know, we just came out and got the win.
Coach, I want to bring you in here. What does this man mean to you?
Oh, this coach means everything. You know, he's came here 0-10. You know, he's not giving up on us, and he's willing to fight and go to war for us. So,
Coach, what does this guy mean to you?
He's our dude, man. Told you guys all week long we're gonna live and die with this man. Speechless, man. He's the dude. He's a dude.
I'm going to ask you a very similar question. What does this man obviously mean for your program?
Challenge the seniors at pregame, halftime again. I said we're still looking for that stamp on this senior program and this turnover and this culture change, and still trying to find that stamp, and this is that stamp, 100%. This is it.
And you get it in the biggest rivalry game Plymouth has. How much does that add to it that much more?
It's freaking sweet, man. It's so freaking sweet. Told these guys 2 years ago 70-0 on this field. 70-0 on this field. And then to come back to see that, so freaking proud.
Coach, congratulations.
Appreciate you, brother.
Xander, congratulations. Thank you. Wow. Look at this guy. This guy's pretty happy on the field, too. What a scene here down on the field. Coach Hanley getting his signature win in year 3. Chuck and Bo, back up to you.
All right, thank you very much, Anj. Xander Ramirez, 161 yards rushing, 89 yards passing, 250 yards of total offense. You talk about putting a team on your back, but he didn't have to do it alone, even though it may look on this Big C Lumber play of the game like he did. Let's take another look here from Big C Lumber on our play of the game.
Yeah, just a great job of really getting outside, coming up the field, and, you know, that was the game-winning two-point conversion right there. Using his feet, getting to the outside, using his balance, his athleticism. Just a great job of understanding where he had to get on the field.
I don't know that we've done a ton of games together, you and I. I don't know that we've seen a coach get as emotional as Adam Handley after this win. They're 4-2 now after winning just a combined 3 games in the previous 3 years.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is they all felt that they could have won that Northridge game. They all felt that they should be a lot better in their record than what it shows. I'm telling you right now, they are. They're a very good team, and they're a team that'd be reckoned with come playoffs.
By the way, they play in that 4A sectional with Mishawaka and Northridge and Northwood. That's a dangerous sectional. Our thanks to our terrific Sports Michiana crew who helped bring you this one tonight from Fisher Field, led by the G-Man, Gary Martin, with Tony Beltran and Josh Kellogg in the truck. And then we had Ryan Fitzpatrick out in the elements tonight, along with Deron Gray and Chris Gibby. A reminder, next Friday night, we've got more high school football action for you as we come to you from Freed Field in Mishawaka for an NIC showdown between the Penn Kingsmen and the Elkhart Lions. The pregame show begins at 7:15 with a kickoff at 7:30, and we do hope you'll join us then. And a reminder, we also have the Tire Rack Drive to the game coming up Monday night at 7 when we'll break down that Notre Dame-Louisville game. Now from our partners, the Hall of Famer Bo Hundt and Angelo Carlo, Chuck Freeby, there's your game winner. Xander Ramirez and Plymouth beat Warsaw 33-32. So long from Lake City.
Thank you for watching the Sports Michiana High School Game of the Week. And thank you to all these great sponsors for making it possible. Support us by supporting them.
Yeah, but the other one over there.